to another Rule of Three. We have returned. And today we're going to be talking about some interesting stuff with the boys. What's up, Dash? What's up, Wave?
Hello.
What's up, Wave's cat?
How's it going, guys? This is
What's his name?
Kyla.
Kyla.
Shill.
I misgendered your cat.
Yeah, she's a girl.
Anyway, so there's been some talks about Acolyte Season 2, and I didn't know what was going on, and then I looked into it a little more, and it's like actually, I don't know, you want to bring up the article? While you do that, I'll read a couple of the massive super chats that we got in. Thank you so much, Machete Order. With $50, he says, media reports KK retiring. KK debunks it without debunking it. Rick McCollum talks about Underworld on a podcast. Then Ron Moore, writer on Underworld, talks about Underworld on Katie Sackhoff's podcast, and this is all a coincidence. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like coincidence to me. It seems like things are actually happening behind the scenes that we don't really know about, but until we know for sure, we'll just call it a coincidence. Tim O'Brien with another 50 says, Theory, happy belated birthday, my man. Thank you so much, Tim. I hope it was your best B-Day yet. Seeing you and Josh meet in person was special for sure. Keep killing it, man. Nerd Theory for life. Acolyte gets renewed. It will be Civil War without it. I actually want Acolyte Season 2 to happen. That was some of the best content and memes and time that I had with the community of just like exposing this garbage show for what it was. And wouldn't mind for a Season 2 because how bad can it get compared to where it already is? Probably pretty bad. So
I don't agree with that at all, man.
Hey, why not? Dude? Nerdrotic wants the Season 2. Critical Drinker's like, sure, why not? Bring on Season 2.
Oh,
I'm on board too. Why not?
Dude, please don't do that to me.
Yeah, can you imagine the plague? Oh, it would hurt so much. He'd be
That
like,
would be great.
I'm done.
Because it would just make all the fan projects that much better. The further they drift us away from George Lucas Star Wars, the more the fan stuff will just prosper.
So the basis behind the article is just like figures of engagement, right? They're not even talking about like straight up success. They're just like saying people are still talking about the show. Is that correct?
From a certain point of view.
Well, no, they were talking about some figures actually that like it's the most requested show after what was it, Dash? It says somewhere in the article.
Let's have a look down here. It's behind Skeleton Crew. But it's kind of middling, and so they're positing, well, if it beats Obi-Wan, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka.
It beat Obi-Wan, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka. That's insane.
Yeah. And they've got this new metric. It's called Parrot. I'm going to have to just have a little look down here. It's so weird. Basically, they've got social media metrics injected so that people can then prop up, Hollywood people that want to talk to shareholders and be like, this isn't, an absolute loss.
I see. Like
this
but does it? I mean, it could be us talking about how shitty it is. That doesn't necessarily mean that.
That's what I was thinking too.
So is it differentiating between the two, between it being great and it being garbage, or like what people are saying, or is it just as a whole?
I don't know how the metrics work, and I think that they've obfuscated that data so that they can look. Why would you give that out? It basically just says. It has a 20.4, and I'm looking at the metrics on Parrot, times like potential, like higher than any other show, supposedly. People are more interested across socials and stuff, 20.4 times more than the average. But what is that? People could be rage tweeting. Like, does it count positive versus negative? Going on. The bulk? Like, it's some weird. I said, I made a video about it. It was like, it's like The Rock. The Rock has the famous rock math he uses to basically say, if you put me in Jumanji 7, you're going to get all this engagement and blah. And he makes it all sexy and probably has a great, slideshow.
Rock math.
Rock math. Yeah. But he infamously, that's how, because his movies kind of suck.
Yeah.
But if they what was it? The Shazam spinoff, Black Adam. If it loses money, then he rock maths it. I don't know how he does it. He's like, look at my Insta, bro. Like, look at, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm like, this is so stupid. This is the new age we live in.
I'm just thinking about how many times I tweeted about the Acolyte in comparison to like Skeleton Crew. if you are right and your theory is correct that it's just all engagement and it doesn't discern, I probably tweeted,
Who
10,
was it
15
talking?
times about the
Was it
Acolyte and like once of Skeleton Crew.
was it one of you guys that told me about it was someone that was an actor or someone who knew an actor or something, and they said they only hire people now based on if they have a larger following on social media.
Makes
How did I
sense.
hear this? Yeah, which is, I mean, it's not surprising
Kitty.
that would be a credential. That'd be like a prerequisite.
Plants. Bunch of industry plants.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You want your stuff pushed out more. It's free marketing for them. Obviously, if your actor has a big following, then you can get it out to more eyes. But it doesn't necessarily mean more eyes equates to sales, or it depends on the product. If it's a good movie, I guarantee you people are going to see it.
I'd be fascinated to see what the numbers look like on a season 2, frankly, because I think a lot of people did watch The Acolyte out of pure bewilderment. Like, how bad can it really be? They mentioned that in the article.
They say it's like top 5 streaming at the time. It's like 3, and then it jumped out of the top 10 by episode 3, and then it dropped back in the top 10 of streaming at the time on the final episode, because people just want to know how it ends, because they're people
Totally
want to know. I'll read this and you guys can make of it what you will, because this really is telling on how they kind of do these mental gymnastics. It says Parrot Analytics tracks the most in-demand series by measuring interest, engagement, and viewership across social media, streaming sites, and other sources. This data is represented through a singular figure as the multiple of an individual series demand against the average show in the US. So hence why they've come up with these weird numbers. 7 months after The Acolyte was cancelled, Parrot Analytics indicated demand for the High Republic series is still running strong, and the series has demand in the US of 20.4 times the market average in the last 30 days, a level held only by 2.7% of shows that Parrot Analytics classes as outstanding. Parrot Analytics demands statistics for other live-action Star Wars Disney Plus series, of which The Acolyte ranks higher than more than half in the last 30 days. So people are still pissed about The Acolyte. That's what I took from it.
Yeah, we're contributing to the numbers right now by talking about it.
Yes. People tweeting about that. It's snaky.
It's weird. So it doesn't differentiate. So something could be like literally garbage, and it just says, "Oh, a lot of people are talking about this."
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
So everybody watching it, that should tell you exactly what these corporate executives really care about. They don't care if it's good or bad. They care if it's getting buzz. Because they can, it's like a YouTube video. If you like or dislike, doesn't really make a difference. You're engaging. That's the point.
Yeah.
So it's kind of almost like baiting you, tricking you. Like, hey, engage with this. Engagement will drive up views to whatever you want. So it's in their favor, even perhaps, to make something that is so controversial in a sense, where like it could get decent views now because people have made such a big hoopla about it, and they want to see it fail. But then a lot of people want to, less people want to see it succeed. But that would be the end of it. There would be no merch sales. There would be no toy sales. No one's buying any of the lightsabers from these characters. No one's buying any of the actual merch or anything to do with the show because it was just unbecoming. So it would literally be another very expensive project that would just cost them an arm and a leg and not go anywhere.
I think The Acolyte is interesting because I think
clip that. You've said it all.
Shill. I think I draw comparisons in my mind to like Captain Marvel versus the Marvels, right? So Captain Marvel was a huge success across the board. The Acolyte wasn't. But I wonder how long can the shtick really land is my question. Because Captain Marvel made $1 billion and the Marvels was like crazy in the red. Yeah. Now, of course, it's streaming, so you have ease of access, which is going to contribute to more views. It's like, oh, I have nothing to watch. I might as well put on The Acolyte in my home. But the point I'm trying to make is I don't think it's even a for sure win if they got a second season. I genuinely think that if it could just flop because people are just tired of it, the same way they got bored of like Captain Marvel and then Endgame and then having her her own show or her own movie just completely bombed. I could see that happening too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a weird thing. It's a fickle situation, and
I think it's
I-
PR.
may
I
God
think they
help.
just they spent too much money trying to say. I mean, do you see like Steven Spielberg drop like Jurassic Park, the first one, and then do a bunch of articles and like saying, oh, or like Invincible. Okay, here's something closer. Invincible comes out. Same, right? So, but like Invincible's not doing all these mental gymnastics and showing all these metrics. Like, hey, we're valid. We need a season 4 because it's dope and people are just going to watch. So this is clearly PR cleanup, like crew at its best. Like nobody who's successful does this shit.
No, it's weird, but this is why I think it actually might happen, is because it's getting all of it. Like people want it more than freaking Kenobi. Well, they're talking about it more than Kenobi. I wouldn't say want. So for a lot of those fools up there in the suits who don't know what they're doing anyways, they might see that and be like, great, let's greenlight it and make it actually happen. So it just comes down to how out of touch they are up there, and shit. I mean, yeah, it could actually be a possibility.
It would still surprise me. Yeah, it would still surprise me, man. It definitely, the numbers are indicating a possibility, but man, I just really hope they don't do that. I don't want to see Plagueis. I don't want to see. I can't believe I'm saying that, but like, I don't want to see these creatives handle Darth Plagueis. I don't want to see them explore the rule of 2. I don't want them to bring back fucking Mace Windu for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want these people around Star Wars.
But, why? What's wrong with that? What if Mace Windu came back, but he wasn't a Jedi, so he could take a lover, and the dude was really into like stumps, and it was just episodes dedicated to that? You wouldn't want to see that?
When you put it like that.
Let me oil your stump, Mace. And he said, "Oh, it's tender."
When you raise the bar like that.
Oh, I think Kreia said it best. An alliance born of hate is a fragile thing indeed. By creating this new hate content to justify failures is a horrible precedent to set.
Have they done it before? Have they ever like?
I think every time they do quote unquote woke stuff, that they're trying to be divisive because it gets engagement. I truly believe that in my heart. I don't think that corporations truly care about people. That's just me. I think it is to, inspire people to click, because people, especially real fans, are so passionate. I think that I genuinely think that there's a whole strategy to it, and they've got psychologists behind there going, we're going to make it into a win, even if it's an L. That's just me.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and it's why George was never really seen as like some corporate entity guy. He was just a man with a story to tell, and that was it. And he had like the people he would hire that would handle the rest of the company.
How much and he hated money men. And I was thinking about that yesterday, was the fact, and it's very telling, the sequels. When you think of The Force Awakens, you can tell that J.J. Abrams shot that as a standalone piece of media because he didn't know how it was going to go forward, and he wasn't going to get a crack at all 3. Whereas George never would have let anybody take it on board and not have the overarching, like it's going to move forward. Obviously, A New Hope, he didn't know how it was going to go, but
yeah.
He's held true to a higher vision. All of these people who get these projects are like, oh, I get a Star Wars, and they just try and make sure that their little like fiefdom, their little piece of the kingdom stands out, and they don't care about the overarching narrative or story, or what I mean? That's just me, my story.
Oh, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. No, totally. It's just they want to put it on the resume.
Yeah. Who wouldn't know? But it's just like, can you just think of the greater good here? No.
I mean, didn't George have like the whole trilogy like mapped out before he decided that he was going to do just A New Hope on its own? So I mean, that's already a departure, from the way that Disney conducted themselves.
The first vision he had for Star Wars was Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting in lava. That was it. That's where it started.
Yeah, so there you go. The story's planned out a whole trilogy prior, basically.
Yeah. So he jumped ahead of time.
He had 7, 8, 9 written in the 80s. I remember Mark Hamill talking about it in an interview, going, he's got him planned. I'm going to be old when I come back. And
Yeah.
You know, Kathleen Kennedy's not going to shiv him in the kidneys and look him and say, "Yeah, we'll do it, George."
Well, even before that, Paul Hirsch worked on episode 4, and he was telling me in the interview I had with him with Mark that George literally worked on episode, like he had episode 7, 8, 9 in his plans. That's what he wanted to do.
Yeah,
It's
he was
unfortunate.
gonna do like the
I'm trying to
HBO
find it.
series and in conjunction, I guess, release his trilogy. Sort of
Yep.
like how he was handling Clone Wars, how like he went back to Star Wars with television first. It's very calculated. Pretty smart.
It is. Let me see.
I can't imagine what even one episode of that show would have been like. It would have been surreal. Because again, George, he doesn't just push storytelling boundaries. It's every undertaking is like a technological boundary he's seeking to redefine as well. So
Yeah,
I
he
can
moves the
only
industry
imagine.
forward.
Yeah. I can only imagine what that show would have looked like. I believe that at the end it could have surpassed like a lot of the best films coming out if he had been able to fully, execute his vision.
I'm gonna try and yeah, it won't let me share the screen for some reason. I'm gonna bring it up to you guys, send it to you guys here. If you can bring up the video, that'd be good.
Kitty.
And enable the audio. Oh, he was the editor for Empire Strikes Back, not episode 4. That would have been the writer of Splinter of the Mind's Eye. I'm forgetting his name now. Alan. Shit, I'm forgetting his name. Hey everyone, welcome back to Rule of Two. Today we have a very special guest, Paul Hirsch. This man needs no introduction.
How cool is that? So, to that point,
All right.
Is this me?
don't worry.
Yeah,
if
that's
you.
you.
If you don't have
If you can go up to
15 years ago, I forget the exact time frame. The AFI created, or maybe it was even longer. The AFI created their 100 best movies of all time.
Shit, I'm trying to find the actual mark of it, but
speak to you. And I had this image of Brian grabbing George around the neck.
Sure.
My wife.
Right.
That's a good
And,
piece of audio.
So that was that. And then California.
anyways, I can't find it, but it's in there somewhere. It's that whole interview. I was even just talking to Roger today about all of this, and the plans he had for everything was there, but I feel bad for the guy in the sense that he like probably literally thought that Disney was going to take those treatments that they bought from him and use them, and they just never did.
Yeah, you get the impression that they made a lot of promises they did not hold to when
Oh yeah, dude. It was shiesty.
Can you imagine? You couldn't tell your family, just sitting there going, "I've worked on the Star Wars. This is going to make my career. This is the best day of my life. This is why I got into this industry." And they're just like flushed. So sorry about your project. Oh, that's show business, baby.
Yeah. Oh, well. And you know what the problem is that he was so the problem today is that he was so unbelievably hands-on with everything. Whereas today, like even the games, whereas today, it's like a different writer or director or whatever per project, whether it be books or animation or games or movies or shows, they're all different. and none of them really like talk to each other. It seems.
No cohesion.
And if they are, I mean, shit, they're doing a piss poor job.
Yeah, we always, and maybe I'm the only one. I was mistaken. I thought that the story group was really, they were the ones holding the mesh together, that the rich tapestry. But when you kind of realize they're beholden to the money man and Kathleen doesn't know what. Clearly, she doesn't have a vision because she said it. We didn't know what we're doing, piece by piece, project by project, without that overarching vision. Oh, what a clusterfuck to keep it together. Like it's a universe. And you're just grabbing, hoping something's going to stick to the wall, but trying to desperately make it all make sense.
Yeah.
Almost feel bad for Pablo. Almost.
No. Fuck him, dude. Fuck him. Bully. The little bully. He's a guy who got bullied, and then now he's a bully. Before Kathleen came along, before George sold it, he was the internet guy. And I know he was bullied. I know. I know his friends. Well, not his friends, but yeah. So it's people who are bullied sometimes end up being the bully because hurt people, and it's like, get over it, baby.
I don't know how you feel, especially what Stoops called me clout chasing bully before this podcast started. He's just raw with it. I was like, man,
that was wild, eh?
It's like, just white glove me into this. Don't just
dug in.
Raw.
Dug in deep. I don't know, you clout chasing clown. Yo, Theory, Wave, and Dash, absolutely. By the way, I got to run tonight early, guys. Chatting the boys. I got to film some stuff with Sham. And then our next convention is in May, middle of May. So ICC Con in Nashville. So anybody from Nashville, type 1. Excited to meet you guys. Excited to see your beautiful city. Never seen it before. Never been to Tennessee.
Cool. Love Tennessee. Go to the Strip. Wear your cowboy hat. See some live music. I don't like cowboy music, but man, it's got some good energy.
Oh, I love country music.
It does have good energy.
Did I call it cowboy music, not country?
Cowboy music.
Wee. Dash is in trouble.
You're from down under.
I know. Thank you. Mad Maxville.
Tennessee has great hiking. I don't know if you like to hike or stuff like that, but
I
like to hike. Yeah, for sure.
Go see some waterfalls. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful. Yeah, me and the team gonna stay there for a couple days afterwards. Just have a good time, make the vlogs real fun, and yeah. But this next month is a lot of work for us with the warehouse that we're building, and not building, but like the inside of it building, and everything else that we have planned. So it's gonna be good. Yo, Theory, Wave, and Dash. I absolutely love you guys. Theory, my first Saber, the Trooper E11, is on my way. I'm so happy. Happy late B day. God bless. Thanks, Zach. Hope you enjoy the Saber. That's a great one.
God bless, dude.
What's up, fellers? Which Star Wars character would fit as a MK guest character best?
Oh, good question.
Great question.
Dude, Star Killers would be pretty cool in MK.
Yeah.
Maul is obviously like, you get brutal with Maul.
Probably Maul, dude. Yeah.
Can you imagine him like headbutting someone with his horns and it like,
That was the thing. I remember making a video like 7 years ago or something about how Maul was so different than all the others because he didn't use the Force, not necessarily because he was weak, but it's because he wanted to be up close and personal as he killed you.
He's visceral.
He wanted to do it with his hands.
Oh, like Conquest and Invincible. Oh my gosh.
What do you think of the new,
Invincible?
What do you think of the new Marvel stuff? Hey, all those chairs.
Oh yeah. Well, I'd like to get some plot before I get hyped over all the actors. I mean, but the Russos in the MCU have been pretty freaking solid. I know their movie that just came out is apparently not great, but in the MCU storytelling, like Civil War, Infinity War, you got no reason not to trust them.
Do you want to know why I'm going to get canceled by the internet right now? I shouldn't say this, but this is God honest truth. I watched it. I was excited, but there was like 3 names that like came up in the chairs and I had to Google. They're all women. And I was like, they were the only ones I couldn't. I was like, who is this?
You misogynist.
I know.
Bastard.
I know.
Shame.
Straight to jail.
Don't make me kill you.
Damn.
Are you guys excited for it? I feel like it's going to be super hard to recreate
Well,
Endgame level thing. Like,
Look, what they're doing is they realize they messed up. They lost a shit ton of money, and they're now bringing back the formula of the same actors, the same characters, and swapping a couple around here and there. That's it. They're just going back to it, literally, as Norman Osborn said, back to formula. That's all it is. So, yeah, I'm excited. Hell yeah. I really enjoyed that first phase of MCU. I think it was probably the most pure, really great stories, good character development, great characters, and somewhere along the way, they concluded it with Endgame, which I didn't like because of the time travel
Infinity
shit.
War, though. Whew.
Infinity War was it amazing,
Peak.
literally peak,
Mm.
literally peak.
I could not believe it.
Yeah,
I could not believe. I felt so spoiled in that movie theater.
dude, it was so good. That came around Solo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I saw that in Hawaii.
Oh, I bet that was cool.
Yeah, it was just different. Yeah, it was chill. I just remember just chilling there in my shorts and like it was just a very relaxed vibe.
Yeah.
Theater was like it was still pretty busy. It was like a little theater in Hawaii, and like it was just I remember leaving the theater and then like taking the bus and being like, this was freaking cool.
Oh man, I love it when the whole theater's quiet, when all the characters are getting snapped away. That's
Yeah.
when you know it really landed, is when a packed theater is like silent like that. I saw that movie 6 times. I had to go for every Infinity Stone.
Damn.
I'm such a
That's
nerd.
specific. It was so
Yeah.
it was so good, dude. And you and I were really pumping out Marvel content. I was like this, like in Endgame, because I couldn't just enjoy it. I was like, because of all the theories and stuff. But that was hard because in my head, I'm like, did the Russos hear all the feedback about Thanos? Like Thanos, we loved him and he almost was the hero. And they kind of took umbrage with that and recoiled and went, we're going to make sure he's a villain next time. And I felt like they stepped too far away from Infinity War one, which we loved. And I was like, oh man, this is when having access to the audience kind of sucks because it can tarnish their vision where they push back, like the Joker too. Everybody loved it. And Todd, whatever his name is, felt supposed to mean like incel bait. I'm going to make sure they don't like it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, oh man.
I think Doomsday is going to be special. I think it's going to be special because the Russos work so well with RDJ and not even just acting wise, but like the stories they make for him are incredible.
It's the Russos.
Yeah.
Everyone, like Winter Soldier was probably the best. And that was not even a Marvel movie, kind of. It was,
and we know that they nailed Thanos as a villain. And I just hope Doom is the main character in Doomsday too. I think that's so freaking cool.
What gave that away? Doomsday. I wonder if Doomsday. No, I'm joking.
But like, I want to see him as obviously Thanos is the antagonist, but he makes such a solid point, and you just can't help
You want him to be relatable. You don't want him to be the that Australian guy, whatever his name was in the original Fantastic Four, who was like, I'm turning metal and I'm back now. Like more, I get it. He's trying to protect his country, or there's a reason. Yeah, I love that. I love that shit, dude. I don't want just some cut and paste villain, especially RDJ.
Yeah, no, he can't. Do you think it'll do Endgame numbers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
No.
Oh
I think we're a little hurt. It's got to be like Infinity War is what made Endgame that hard.
It'll kill. It'll kill, dude.
Oh wow.
Dude, people are starved. They want good shit, and they want those characters. That's like Luke coming back.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? That's gonna be crazy. They're gonna do $1 billion. Easy.
Oh yeah, $1 billion for sure. I just didn't Endgame almost do creep. It almost creeped $2 billion, or did it pass 2?
Oh, I don't know if it'll pass 2 billion, but it might. I wouldn't be. I say 1.5 billion.
I can see that. I just want to see Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Oh wait! It's gonna have. Wait, no, hold on. It's gonna have both of them. That's not for like future projects. That's in that movie.
I would assume it's in this movie.
2 billion. 2 billion plus. Easy.
Probably more Secret Wars than Doomsday.
Easy 2 billion plus.
Gosh, I love Tobey Maguire Spider-Man so much.
Oh, dude, I literally I go to
I can
bed.
feel it through the screen,
Yeah.
dude.
I've
That's
been
my
going to
whole
bed
childhood.
the last 2 nights watching Spider-Man 2002.
I love Spider-Man 3. I love it. It's
Yeah.
cheesy. It's hilarious.
Can you do the dance?
Just because you can do something doesn't mean
You know
you
what
should.
I want to talk about for a minute, just segue a little bit. I feel like just like how you were doing, like you like 3 and all that. I feel like today we've kind of gotten in this place where we need to constantly justify why we like something.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I felt like I had to do this as a kid all the time with the prequels whenever I'd say, and like I just want to say to everybody watching, like, you don't have to justify shit. Look, if you like the Acolyte, I'm sorry you have bad taste, but you don't have to justify that. Like, you can like what you want. And the same goes for anything else. If you like Spider-Man 3, you like Spider-Man 3. We need to start really normalizing the fact that you can like whatever the fuck you want without having to explain it too much to people. So I hope, I hope that's going to be the way that it goes, especially since today I feel like comic books and comic book movies and nerd culture is so unbelievably mainstream for one reason or another, which is its own video and tangent I can go off on. I'm not going to go into details as to why or what, but I feel like there's so many normies now that you have to like explain shit that a lot of us grew up with understanding to them, and it's become our habit to constantly explain why you like this or why you don't like
It's true. There's like an avalanche of people just coming down on you, no matter which side you fall on.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's nah, dude. Like you like it, you like it. Nah, you know what? Yeah, like Spider-Man 3, cool. You like the Acolyte? All right, go fuck yourself. You like it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you like the sequels? Okay, good for you. Whatever.
I would add to that point though. There was one thing that I noticed. It was I can't remember what it was. Battlefront 2, and there was a community manager for Star Wars. So they're forward public facing at the time, and they posted this meme of people were like an avalanche of shitting on the single player mission because it sucked and it was 2 hours and it was just not great. And the community manager like posted this meme that like someone's holding someone's lips as they're saying I don't like it, and they're like, shh, let people enjoy what they want. I don't know if you've seen that meme before, but I was like, I loved Jedi power battles as a kid. I knew it was janky, but if someone said, dude, you're kind of fucked in the head for liking this game, I agree. I understand it. I get that why it's got a 60 score, but I love it. I don't care that you hate it. I feel like it's telling when people are like, try and stop you from not liking the thing that you like. They're like, how dare you, not like what I like. And you're like, that's even worse. You like, if you truly believed in it, you wouldn't have to silence everybody who says like points out reasons because maybe you're scared they're valid. I don't know, but that's a big thing as well. There's so much wasted energy. You're right. Just say the thing and walk away.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Did you see the next Fortnite season will be Star Wars themed?
Yes.
Someone was talking about this. What game was it yesterday? I gamed yesterday during the day. Yeah, what is it? The whole season?
If you're asking me, I'm like,
I don't know.
Fortnite. I'm just like, wow, they've reskinned. The last thing I saw was
played
on Wick. No, I tried to play it like once or twice, and I went,
it looks so difficult. I hate playing games when you get a new game and you're just like, I'm ready to have some fun, and then you're just fucking terrible, and you just spend the next 5 hours.
There's like some 12-year-old just like,
yes, I can't play the new Call of Duties. I just suck.
Verdansk is coming back. Speaking, I was just gonna say Call of Duty. Do you even know what that is? It's the map.
I don't.
During the pandemic, Verdansk was I spent the pandemic basically playing Call of Duty on Verdansk. Shout out to all my COD heads out here.
I was one of those people that played like Black Ops 3 till it popped, but it was always zombies. I loved zombies.
Hell yeah.
Zombies are the best.
You would love the new zombies. You would love it.
Yeah.
Oh, we should link up. We should stream. Seriously.
We're gonna have to do it. Yeah.
Really
I had this dude, how when you'd make points for killing zombies, and then one person would have to choose in the team to spend it to open the doors to open sections.
Yeah.
I still remember at like 2 a.m. I used to smoke. Can you tell by my voice when I was younger? But I was like Black Ops 3. So I'm sitting there on the like 2 a.m. with like a control playing it with a smoke in my mouth. And this guy screaming through the voice chat, open the door. I'm gonna roll for that ray gun. I'm not doing it, dude.
I was one of those guys. I hated spending money on that door. I just go up to it and knife it over and over again and be like,
You were the guy yelling at
I
me.
was the guy.
The Theory Wave and Dash, I absolutely love you guys. Theory, my first. Oh, I read this one. Hello, fellers. Star Wars character. We read this one. Theory, do you have an email we can send you? Star Wars ideas. By the way, happy belated. Thank you, dude. Star Wars ideas. Here's probably the best place. My emails, they don't really answer them very much. I don't really check them all that much. Have now the team checks them. This is what happens. You do everything on your own for so many years, and then once you get to year 9, you just have people take care of it so you can focus on running other businesses. But yeah, not really. I think the best place to reach me is these live streams, and then comments on like Instagram or Twitter. So I'll sometimes go through those. Happy late B-Day, bro. A R-rated Vader show. Yeah, well, that's going to be Vader episode 2, which the trailer should be out. Dude, I would be surprised if it takes longer than 2 weeks.
Woo!
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be a minute long, and it'll give you guys chills. It'll be the first thing that... I'm just not going to say anything. You guys will see. Whatever. In the name of all that is holy, cancel Disney Plus. If it ends with Plagueis ending everyone, including the green chick, and make it look like a shuttle crash or something, I'd be 0.5% less angry.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but what about Kiadi? And then also, what's with Yoda? Like, none of it made sense, dude. None of it. I got my first Theory Saber for my birthday. It was a Prodigal Son affordable version of V1. I love it. Thank you, Liam. Hey, Theory, I got an issue with my battery holder on my Annie 3 Saber. Get fucked. No, I'm kidding.
Too bad.
Customer support 101.
Yeah, dude. That's why we're there. That's why my guys are full time. We're there for you, and we'll reply to you within 24 hours. So, if you got an issue, grab a tissue. No, I'm kidding. I'll take care of it.
I've never heard
crazy.
that before.
Personally, I'd love to see.
I've never heard that.
You're bullshitting.
I'm not
dude.
bullshitting, I promise.
Have you,
If
were you
have an issue,
homeschooled?
grab a tissue. No.
That was like school 101. Oh, man.
I'm sorry, Dash.
No, I'm happy that I witnessed you getting it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Yeah, like in the 90s and shit. Like, it'd be like, if you're moping about something,
he's
it'd be
a
like,
baby.
oh,
That's why.
you want a tissue for your issue? Hey, Theory.
I'm like, talk to the hand, and he's like, what? Sorry.
Going
I
back
know that
to
one,
the canceled Star Wars Underworld, would you want to work on something like that after your Vader fan films? This needs to come to life somehow. I'm sure we'd all love to see it. No, so some of you know, and this was actually a question during the panel with me and Josh last Friday. A lot of you asked like what I'm going to do after Vader's done, because it's like, okay, we've been working on this thing. Mind you, people think we've been working on Vader for 6 years, which is true, but we have it's embarrassing to say, but we had to scrap. We've only really been working on it for like a year and a bit, because we had to scrap all of the work that was being done because it was just shit, to be honest. A lot of wasted money and wasted years on a team that did not understand my vision and wanted to continuously warp it into theirs so they could put it on their resume. And to be real, that's one of the reasons why it took so freaking long, among other reasons as well. But yeah, so whole new team as of literally restarted from scratch, from absolute scratch, from January 2024.
You lose sleep over that because that's your baby, and you're sitting there going, fuck. Nobody wants to reset and money. No, you just went, I'm a baller. I'm going to throw another couple of $100,000.
No, I sold my Lamborghini, one of freaking, was it 250, 350 in the world?
And you didn't lose sleep over this.
To start up Theory Sabers so that I could make this movie and shift the Saber community, shift the Saber game, which has been my passion. But yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, I got pretty angry. You know, I was angry for a long time because people were just fucking around with my child, literally, like my baby. But it was just, you know, what are you gonna do? Being angry is not going to help get it done. So I had to restart. And the shitty part is like you try to salvage it as much as you can, which is like more money you're burning to like fix
That's what I
things.
mean.
Yeah, it's
Just cutting it like a hard cut reboot, like just
Eh.
cut the cancer. Like that's a hard decision. You would have had to have been like, can I fix it? Can I salvage it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do this. Like, who do you talk to about that? Nobody else is doing this stuff. How do you like internally get the strength to? It's not like you can call George and go, George, I got a problem. And
No,
he's like, cut.
so I have big shout out to a few of my close guys. Well, one in particular was Steve Odekirk, who, if you didn't know, he created Jimmy Neutron. He directed Ace Ventura 2, The Nutty Professor, Bruce
Oh,
Almighty.
he's in Kung Pao. I cried
He created
for
Kung
literally
Pao.
10 minutes. He was in Kung Pao as the. I cried.
He was
for 10
in Kung
minutes.
Pao and created Kung Pao. Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of conversations with. He invited me down to his studio when I was in LA, like 2018 or 19 or something, 19, and
How? Why? He saw your stuff and said, "Come to my studio theory."
yeah, he reached out a long time ago, and we've been talking since probably 2018 or 2019. Yeah. Anyways, we would have phone calls. He would spend a lot of time talking with me about industry, Hollywood, and I would tell him about the movie, and he's like, "Look, man, like, follow your heart. What is it telling you? If money's no object, what is it telling you?" And I'm like, I don't know. So I made a decision. So he was a real help, as well as my lead of the entire film. So he was also a really big help. He's like, look, like it's going to be a better product in the end for the entire community, for the world, if you just start from scratch. Because this shit that we have now, it's like it's not good. It's not usable.
You don't think that's amazing that a Hollywood guy singled you out and like groomed you, for, like mentored you for no reason other than he liked your YouTube videos? Like you would, like before you started, you'd never imagine that happened.
No, I'd never imagined that I'm like hanging out with Roger Christian and Nick Gillard and all that. No, of course not. But I mean, I'm not gonna, I don't know. It just feels like here we are.
That's crazy though. I love that guy.
It is.
My
Yeah.
friends had to turn that movie off because I laughed that hard. That dude, oh my God. No,
Well,
they
Was
did.
it
They stopped it.
Was it a decision
Yeah.
you came to quickly when you decided to start all over? Was it like, okay, this is what I need to do? Or was it something that you
Fuck
battled
no,
with?
dude. I dragged that shit on for so long. I tried to salvage the shit out of it, and I was just working with people that were so incompetent that, like, still to this day, like, man, I've had everything like gone wrong. I could write about it. I could tell everybody here about what you shouldn't do when you're being a YouTuber or when you're trying to like do all these bigger projects and stuff. I've had people take 150 grand from me, file for bankruptcy, disappear.
Yeah, you've mentioned that one before. That's crazy.
Fuck, dude. And that was in a time when like I needed that money. I needed that for the movie, and then it was not good.
Did you ever
But,
find that guy?
My lawyer said I think it's up to 2 years to sue him. But suing someone costs a lot of money. It's a lot of time. Like, do I just take my licks and be like, you know what? I'm going to be smarter about who I work with and lawyer up even harder next time? Or am I going to like pursue this, drop tons of more money, go into debt, more debt, delay the movie, or am I just going to, like roll my sleeves up and carry on kind of thing? And so a lot of hard decisions. There were a lot of things that were like weighing on me the last few years, but I'm in the best position now. So
That still sucks, though. I mean, it must take a lot of restraint not to want to go after that guy.
of course, dude. I'm a very, very like I don't like people fucking with me, and I will. There's no black or white. Like there's no in between. It's black or white. So it's like either like I'll try to be friendly with you and I'll try to make amends with you, or I'm going to sue you, or I'm going to just go after you and stop my entire life to just, feel better about that situation. But I choose the other way. I choose to always. I choose the light side path. Like I was telling you guys, I always choose to like make amends or be nice or whatever. But I don't know. Life's very finite. There's only so much time. So am I going to take, all this shit's already happened. Am I going to cut out this time and, go, pause more stuff and go after this even more? Or am I going to focus on what I need to focus on and go forwards? Yeah. I'm learning. But, it's not easy. How do you guys deal with that stuff? I'm sure you've gone through your fair. Everyone's gone through their fair share of shit.
Cry deeply. Never recover.
Yeah, only when Luke comes on screen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. It's different all the time, but I'm more like how you approach it. It hurts deeply, but you gotta decide how you want to live your life, and with the stress of pursuing someone that's wronged you, not really worth it in a lot of cases. There's obviously a line that when it's crossed, and there's no uncrossing it.
Yeah.
And finding that line is a dangerous game, and it can result in something terrible. But yeah, most of the time you let it go, but it sucks to do, man.
No, it's not that I let it go. Someone really screwed me over once when I was younger, and I was telling my dad about it. And he's like, look, there's many different avenues you can take this, but you can always just chop it up to the money that, you lost, let's say, or whatever it was. That's the payment you had to make to learn this lesson so that you'll never fall into this trap again. And so I just kind of look at those now, and I just kind of look up into the sky and I say, okay, well, you know what? Whatever universe has planned for me next, great. I'm not going to make the same mistake. I won't, trust the same kind of people. So I used to be very trusting and totally open arms to everybody. And now I'm just much more closed off and whatever. But I don't know. It's life. It's a learning curve. I'm not going to sit here and say boo-hoo. Everyone's got shit. Everybody watching. Nobody's special case. Everybody's watching.
Of course, to speak to that, one of the things that I find as I get older and more people have screwed me over is that I have to really work hard to train myself to give everybody an open chance and not to, because you'll start to see all the avenues in which they can do it. And I try to treat people, not to think the worst of people. When you get screwed over enough, you start to instinctively, you'll do that. And I think that that's a horrible way to live. So I've had to train myself to not do that. So it sucks because it takes a toll. You know what I mean?
Yeah, owning a home for me has been so hard in that regard, because when you have, vendors or people coming to fix certain things, they're always trying to, screw you over. It feels like, you know what I mean? I know you guys.
Yeah.
Know what I mean.
A lot of people will take a bite out of you if they think there's weakness, but you wouldn't do that to them. And that's the hard thing of I would never go out of my way to try and scam somebody, but it feels like you're just like this in life. And so many people, if they see an opening, they just chomp. And
I had an experience last week. I got my yard landscaped, and it looked just awful, man. And
we're talking about outdoors, yeah?
Yeah. And it just looked terrible. And I had to tell them no, that it wasn't going to be the way they left it. And they cut my outdoor lighting. They just completely cut the wires to it, shut it all off. It was a mess. Anyway, I don't like to do that. I don't like to go out and be confrontational about
who does
something like that. But if you don't say anything,
they'll do it. Yeah,
they'll just take advantage of you. They'll take your money, and they'll just leave everything. There's no pride in the work anymore. Even it's just sorry.
No,
it sucked.
Don't be sorry. It's greasy. My parents own a holiday park. Yeah, my parents own a holiday park in a beautiful part of Queensland, the north of where Steve Irwin was from. Tropics for 2 years when they retired, and they had this guy come through, and he refused to pay, and he was raising hell, and he was saying, "I'll give you a bad review," but ruined the room, and then said, "I'm not." Anyway. They said to him, "You need to pay," and they somehow got him to pay. So he went around to every single washing and dryer and cut all the cords so that it cost it. And I'm like, what is wrong with people? How can you in good conscience do that? And there's actually warnings in other parks about him already. This dude was like a pest. And I'm like, I just don't get it, dude. How he can sleep at
Yeah.
night just being like, yeah, screw them for making me, not screw up the park.
I do believe in karma. I really do. So, maybe it won't come back to them or me today or tomorrow, but maybe next year or whatever. And at the end of the day, it's on me to. I spent a lot of my life like bitching and moaning about like unfair situations, but you eventually grow up and realize that that's life. Not everyone's going to have it easy. There's a lot of people that have it super simple, but that ain't me, baby. That's character development. And I just got to take my licks and deal with it and try to make the best of every situation and just fucking kill it as much as I can. So, is what it is. But yeah, anyways, back to Vader. It was it was a tough decision. I tried to salvage the shit out of it, but eventually you realize, okay, it's better to just cut your losses and move on and start anew, start from scratch. So we did. And it's looking very cool. Very, very cool. Very nice. Yeah. So
Good outcome.
Happy days.
yeah, it took a little longer, more money down the tubes, but it's all right. Learning experience. So yeah, after Vader 2 is done, I've been working on my book. I'm almost 100 pages in now, and which will be also turned into a comic. I'm very excited for it. So that's something I really want to focus on, is my own story and IP. And after Vader, I also want to create more Star Wars fan films, which I would want the community to vote on, done in the same sort of quality as Vader Episode 2. And I'm leaning towards a either Bane story or just adaptations from the book, or Plagueis.
Nice.
I think Maul would be so sick.
Yeah.
It would be. Would really be. Yeah. But chat, what would you guys like to see?
While they're saying that, the one thing that I always thought would be awesome that you've got access to, which I don't know if legality or whatever, you can't make money from these things anyway, is all the the unmade Kenobi, or like Wave said, Underworld projects that never came to life. I'd love to see that happen. Oh my god.
Yeah, I wonder what
789 Georges, like if you could get the tree.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Yeah. You'd be the real sequel deal. Woo.
That would be cool. Well, we're doing some pretty cool stuff with. I don't know if you saw the Dark Empire thing that I released a week ago.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we're doing stuff like that, and we're locking on mouths moving now, and fun little stuff. Those are fun little projects that'll pop up here and there, but the major ones, like the fan films, takes a lot. I don't want it to be shit.
What Bane story would you tell? Is it like post Rusan
I would just start from the beginning, in the mines.
from the beginning?
Biting fingers off.
Yeah. Beating the shit
So
out of that
cool.
guy. Yeah.
Oh, I always pictured the flashbacks. Oh, his horrible dad calling him Bane, drunk, beating the shit out of him. Oh,
Well,
I was like, that's so crazy.
yeah, we would probably take the first book and just adapt it into a fan film.
Oof.
But let's see how Vader 2 does, and then 3, and we'll go from there. Trippy says, "Sup boys, I ordered my Snip Saber, the Min they released, and I haven't gotten a tracking number yet. Just want to make sure I'm not falling through the cracks. Love you boys. You should have gotten one. If not, you will get one next week, depending on what time you ordered it, because there were a lot of orders there in that one. But also check your junk folder in case the tracking went there. But not everyone has gotten them yet. So the first batch of orders have gone out, and then the next batch, and so on and so forth. So, but we're always, if you have any questions, reach out to the boys. The team will help you. Excited to see your review, man. What up, Trippy? What up, Shreddy? Yo, Theory, watching forever and loving this pod group, and so happy about your success. One question: any Ahsoka season 2 theories? Heard they just started filming, and again, big ups to you, man. Thanks, Matt. This was another question at the panel with me and Josh. I think they have a real opportunity to take this into Heir to the Empire with swapping a few characters. I think Balin Skoll will probably become Jorah Sabaoth, and I think Abeloth or somebody is going to probably take him over. And I think Cal Kestis could make an appearance. I think there's going to be some drama with him and Meryn now that the Night Sisters are back in Dathomir. I think that Luke could make a prominent appearance. And I think Boba Fett and Mando could probably join the fight in some sort of a way if they want to incorporate them and maybe save Boba Fett's character or salvage him. What's left. But beyond that, I'm wondering where they're going to go with it, because I enjoyed the first, well, not really the first, but I would say I enjoyed probably was episode 5, 6, and 7. Episode 8 I felt was just really lame.
Rushed.
The execution was just bad, dude. Yeah,
Really
sucked.
rushed.
Really shitty. But besides that, I think it's promising. It has a lot of promise to it, but it depends what direction he wants to go with it.
I sort of think of Ahsoka season 2 as the appetizer and like the Heir to the Empire as the meal. And it's like, how are they going to set the tone for the meal with this second season? Is it going to be great? Or, because I think the Heir to the Empire is going to be like the Star Wars Avengers level movie that they're going for. I think that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, but with the announcement of Embo being the dude in Mando and Grogu movie, I'm just like, unless that's just a piece of a rumor or whatever, and that's not like the full bad guy.
He could be the B plot villain. He could be
maybe
just a mid movie thought.
I look at that as them just wanting a solid win, though, too. You know what I mean? Like just a simple story. Return to theaters, nothing crazy, and then hit it with Heir to the Empire. Now, I'm not saying that's the way they should approach it. I'm just saying that's what I'm gleaming from what we're seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. There has been a ton of warranted love for Josh recently, but I just wanted to send some love to Dash and Stoops. Thanks to you three.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you, sir.
Thanks, and it was nice meeting you, by the way. Cool lightsaber idea. Windu with a reforged Sidious with a purified crystal attached like a detachable staff like Cal's. Also Sith Dooku soon. The first idea is interesting.
And he has a Count saber already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'd really love to release Vernestra's replica, like a whip. I think that'd be a bestseller, hey?
Oh, there'll be 3 in my house. I just get up from the stream and turn around, and the back of my shirt's missing with these whip marks.
Crossguard Ross here. Well, you have a new name every stream. I just wanted to apologize about the other week for absolutely nothing. Thank you, Rossi. Thanks for
Legend.
Thanks for nothing. So just kidding. I checked into rehab. Okay. Good luck with that. Dash, you look better with a dad mustache. Hello, Wave. Yeah, it looks good, man.
Look like a Viltrumite.
Omni. Yeah, I was just going to say.
Just a very, very soft Viltrumite. It's just been eating good, hasn't been training, taking over planets.
My friend who has only seen the movies saw the first 3 episodes of Andor on YouTube because I kept on asking him to. And he said, what was the point to put them on there to make people hate it? Damn.
That's the tone fighting. They chose to go so different from Andor, and to go from just the movies into Andor would be such a shock. I can only imagine.
Thank you, Morgan. We appreciate the big super chat. It says, what happened to Luke Skywalker's green lightsaber by the time of The Last Jedi? Thanks for all of your content. You all helped me grieve what Disney did to the character of Luke. Oh, hope we can help ourselves too in that case. So in the Last Jedi novel, which I had to read to try and figure out what the fuck they were doing in that movie, still didn't make much sense, but at least more explanations in the film. Apparently he had it the entire time. and it was just hidden, tucked away like in his hut,
Between his
in,
cheeks.
in the
Oh, sorry.
in the wall. Yeah, it's literally between his cheeks, bro.
That's why he walks so he's just.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fucked.
Um,
Not the joke. The fact that he didn't even have it. Oh, that's mean. In the hut. It's back in the hut.
just chilling. Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was just chilling there.
Did Ryan Johnson even fucking think about that?
No, he didn't think of anything. Nothing. Guy's an idiot. Confirmed Acolyte Season 2 goes into production at the same time as Ryan Johnson's trilogy. Nice. Let's do it. Theory, have any Plagueis-inspired saber ideas? Well, let you know. Also, hey, Stoops, love the Imperial Knights vid. I didn't know a lot about them. Now I may like them more than the Jedi. I'd love to see them.
Sick, man. Thank you for watching.
He has read all the EU novels and was be disappointed with it.
Oh, his friend had watched the movies and then all the novels and then was disappointed in Andor. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
How many EU novels do we got
In total, what? Like
in total?
more than 60, right? 60,
Yeah.
70.
60.
It's got to be about
100.
100, somewhere around
Mhm.
100.
NJO is 19. Main
Yeah.
Trilogy, Plagueis,
3.
Shadowhunter.
We're not going to count them all. We like this
I'm just thinking of the popular ones.
obscure ones.
I'm gonna
The
Google this.
romance.
I bet it's something. My final guess is 121 EU novels.
I'm gonna say 94.
122.
Um,
Don't, I knew it. I knew
That's
it.
Oh, it says
That's gonna be
68.
68.
Oh, your first guess. Damn.
Yeah, it's actually only 68.
A third of that nearly is NJO. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's all NJO pretty much. And then what's the other? What's the other one? The one that ties into it. Fuck, forgot. I have them downstairs.
So I'm at Legacy? No.
Legacy of
That's
the Jedi.
comics. It probably didn't count
Legacy of the
the
Force.
Legacy
Yeah, I
comics.
think it's Legacy of the Force books.
Mm.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
And then there's one like before or in between that.
There's 9 of those, so that basically makes 28, which means there's only that
That's-
means there's only like 40 left
Oh,
that are
that's
other stuff.
crazy.
Yeah.
And think of all the movie tie-ins ones as well. And then just think, like even like Dark Forces got a Star Killers novel. Like there's just like
Mhm.
shit like that. But like that's filling out those numbers so quickly.
Yeah.
Imagine if they made one movie per book.
I'd be very happy.
60 movies. I mean, shit. Like, okay, whatever. Just put a couple books into one movie.
I can live with 19 Luke Skywalker movies.
Yeah.
Not till you see who they cast as Luke Skywalker.
Who are they going to cast? Zendaya.
That's Zendaya, 100%. Tom Holland can be Mara Jade. I mean, it's not terrible. They just switch.
Tim Evans says there's over 200 novels. Really?
Yeah, the 60 number seems light.
It does.
Maybe he means like comics and shit too. I mean, the comics. There's gotta
Yeah,
be
then
a
that's
house.
just like, yeah. Because I mean, even the Legacy comics had like,
Dude.
tons. If you're gonna buy any Star Wars comic, I would recommend buying the Legacy comics. By the way, I think you can get the whole collection. It's like $150 or something like that.
You guys got the Dark Horse one back in the day, right?
I like those.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the best money spent. Like I couldn't
Dude.
believe it.
I always liked reading those Dark Horse ones.
Star Wars and comics go so well together, so naturally.
It just had such a different feel back in the day. I hate being like an old head now and being like, it was just better when it was not so mainstream. You go to a comic book shop and it was like, okay, like these are my people.
Yeah. And you had to go find it. It wasn't like at the front of the store if you had a specific book you were looking for.
Yeah. You had to go to the Star Wars section or whatever. What like there was dude. There were like full on fights and wars that would go on in there, debates. within like it was never anything like today. Like, oh, you're conservative now because you liked this comic book. What? What the fuck? You're a racist. You didn't like this comic?
I miss those days when it was just you thought someone had beef because you thought one character was more powerful than another. It had nothing to
Literally,
do with
dude.
politics or anything.
Yeah,
it was
literally.
real beef back in the day, even though you wish you could go back to those times. It's like
Yeah, but
shit
it was like
heated.
it was real.
It was real, and it
Jaded.
wasn't with tourists like you
No.
put it. It was with people in the comic shops.
Yeah. Yo Theory, please play Force Unleashed DLCs.
He's back.
He has returned.
Oh yeah, that has been a few weeks. I remember.
Will we see more skits with that Plagueis mask? That thing looks so awesome. Who would you guys cast to voice motion capture him? Me.
That's
That's
a choice.
kind of a tough question. Plagueis is
Well, they're going to be old.
yeah.
They can't. It's going to be somebody who has gravitas like Patrick Stewart. Obviously, not Patrick Stewart, but somebody who really has the rumble and the age and the sense that they're just powerful and they're like a predatory in the mind more than fighting prowess.
I'm trying to. I don't picture Plagueis with like an exceptionally deep voice either. I don't know how you guys read it. Just like a little lighter.
I just hear the audiobook in my head the whole
No,
time.
I hear a deep ass voice.
You do. You hear a deep one.
Oh
yeah, I hear the audiobook rumble.
Yeah.
I think of him as having like a lighter voice because he's so like gaunt and thin, and
Wispy,
I think of it like more wispy. Who would be a good choice?
I think this one's for you, Stupendous.
Oh yes, the Archivist will eat his shoe if the Acolyte season 2 is greenlit. I will make sure of it.
Longtime Theory fan, since your episode 7 theories, Dash and Wave new fan. Y'all have gotten me through 60 to 80 hour work weeks of working and volunteering to get my wife and I out of debt to full-time volunteer.
Dude,
Wow.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Commendable. Great to see you, Austin.
For 2025, that's not easy, man. Good job.
Yeah.
No.
60 to 80 hour work weeks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Straight put in the work.
Yeah. Good thing you're not living in Canada. They would take probably 50% of that. Vader 2 will Vader 2 be pure George Lucas Star Wars, or will have Disney stuff like Purge Troopers? Yeah, there's a Purge Trooper in there. Yeah. But no, it will be George Lucas Star Wars. For sure. You're gonna see what I do with the Purge Troopers. It's yeah. I pray Gilroy will adapt the Plagueis novel while we still have Palpatine's actor around. Get a real Plagueis, the gritty Sith training Palpatine went through. Him murdering his family and well, yeah. All those things are super dark, and I don't even know if that's why I don't think Disney would ever like really create that show or movie, because it's just maybe too dark for them.
I wish
love
they
that.
would just do it. I wish they would just do it.
It's so good. When he kills his family on the ship, and he's like, "We're all in this now," and his dad's like, "You are not my son.
He
You're
loses
born of
it.
You're evil. You are just you're disgusting." Oh, so good.
That would be. I wouldn't be a movie. It would have to be a TV show to adapt.
Oh,
it
hey,
correctly.
Nick, how you doing? Hey, you guys are going to be at ICC Con, so we'll see you there. Shout out Echo Base Network. Stupendous. Love that Hayagidora.
Thank you, man. I love him too.
What up, Matthew?
What up?
The problem is Disney no longer makes projects people want to pay for. Theory, you keep Star Wars alive for me. Thank you. Well, thanks.
They don't know how. They don't know how to make Star Wars that people want. They don't know.
Just got all the books and comics and like not everything, and they're like, "What do we do with this?"
They
Where are
really
we gonna
just
get
don't
the
value
stories?
it. They don't value it.
It's so dumb. It's so funny.
What up, Matt? You coming to Fan Expo Boston? I'm part of the Mando Mercs Costume Club in NE. If you need a Mando for your booth, let me know. I got a legit costume. Yeah, we'll be in Boston. Boston.
Go, Matt.
In August.
It does look like a legit outfit in your profile picture. It looks badass. You're gonna feel like a badass wearing a Mando outfit. You'd hear the music in your head.
He probably has it in his headphones. Wait, watch, right, you have to. I want to cosplay as Kratos.
Well, you got the build
more.
for it. Just get the beard.
Nah, dude, I didn't. And also, he's like fucking tall as hell, and he's huge. So I'd have to
That's the
grow.
beauty of cosplay. You don't have to like be like 7 foot.
I'd be a mini Kratos.
That's awesome.
Please hit the like button. Thanks, Theory and crew. Thank you, Al from LA. Got a second mystery box from my bro-in-law. Hyped. Hell yeah. Well, I hope you get the golden ticket. We just gave our third one away. Or is it the fourth one?
How many are there?
It's 1 in 50.
Oh, so there's still some out there.
Yeah. But I think we're going to change the odds because it's fucking us up a little bit. Yeah.
I can see that.
Thanks, CTMZ. Be blessed. Thank you, bro. Yeah, because it's like every time it's like 5 free sabers of their choice, and like they always go up naturally. Of course, that's the point of it. They always go for like 5 profis. So you're looking at like 3-4 grand worth of sabers, and people think
every time they put it in order.
Our margins are insane, like some other companies, but they're not. They're actually very small. Not to mention for all the shit that we put into it, but which makes it even smaller. But yeah, so we might have to change that a little bit.
Order now, guys.
Yeah, I'm glad people are winning.
Get in while it's hot, baby.
That's good. Theory, Wave, and Dash, thanks for the wonderful vibes. And as always, may the force be with you. Thanks.
May the force be with you too, man.
Too.
Yeah.
Timothy?
Thanks, Star Wars Theology. Thanks, Arc0210. I'll totally help y'all set up a TX Expo for Texas Expo. We'll be in Texas twice this year. So we'll be at Dallas end of May 29th. May 31st or May 30th to the 2nd of June. Dallas Fan Expo. Fan Expo Dallas. And then also San Antonio for SpaceCon.
You won't even see him. You'll just be like, why is this table slippery? Diddy. He's spraying.
He already did. He comes there with his head.
Oh.
Salutation, greetings, meatbags. Will you and the team be hitting any cons near the Pennsylvania area? Well, we were just in Cleveland. So I think we're in Boston. Is Boston near Pennsylvania?
Relative.
Is it? Okay. We'll be there in August.
Love of the HK.
Yeah. Thanks, BC.
Congratulations, man. You finally got it. Been looking for the snips for a long time.
Yeah. Nice photo, dude.
That was a good day.
Thank you, CTMZ again. Chad, like, I think CTMZ has given away probably 100 memberships by now. And I just uploaded some whips for, which is work in progress for Vader episode 2, just some ships. So if you guys are into that, as join members, you get that. So go to the tab and check it out.
CTMZ King shit.
Yeah, Rip Clive Revel. I think that was one. I've got it in a tab if you want to look at it. I'm sharing a tab now behind the scenes. Quickly, Yuri. This one is for you, Wave. We're talking about comics, and I'm like, this is your favorite. So Japan being Japan, you forget that they're going to have some pretty cool stuff for Star Wars Celebration. The porcelain, it's porcelain, can you believe? White Vader with cherry blossom on the back. I don't know about the cherry blossom, but still, that would be so cool to remember going to Japan and getting a cherry blossom. That would be awesome. Vader.
I saw that, yeah, on Twitter. That thing, mine would definitely break in transit, I think.
Ronin from Visions, they're actually doing cool, like, Japanese shit, which is insane. That is a cool figure. Yeah. I was like, holy crap. And it's basically those two and the stuff. I don't know. It's like you just add kind of the Japanese spin on things, and I don't know. I'm a sucker for that.
It's hard not to buy.
Yeah. Maybe not so much this. That's basically it. Ooh, a tile.
That's kind of fun.
I think Japan will have the best memorabilia of all times. It's just
You guys aren't going, right?
no.
Nah.
But
Where's the next one? Do we know yet?
I do.
Oh.
Heck.
So here's what he was talking about, Clive Revel. It's the article is up, and this is a quick one. If yeah, you want to share screen. So he was the original, he's a Kiwi, original Emperor Palpatine, and he's just passed away, I think at the ripe old age of 1992. So, rest in peace. But isn't that crazy to think that that's I didn't even realize, but obviously Ian McDermott came in and did the voice later, but this is a monkey and a man superimposed together. But he's the original Palpatine.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't know the monkey thing?
No, I didn't know that.
They use chimpies, I believe.
That's why it looks so weird. I remember watching that as a kid before like all the special editions, and I was like,
yeah, freaky.
what the fuck is wrong with this guy's eyes? You get punched out?
Yeah. Didn't look good.
He looks like even more decrepit and like weak.
Can I be honest? I obviously going back for Ian McDermott and redoing that stuff is like great. But I didn't mind the original Boba Fett. Like I was like, I love Tamira Morrison's take as Django and stuff, but like, when they revoiced everything, I was like, they could have left the original Boba. He was pretty cool.
Would have been nice.
Anyway, that's my articles. We've got through them.
Wave, I'm 6'4", 360, lost 10 pounds so far. You've inspired me.
Dude, congratulations. Hell
So
yeah.
many big dudes around.
The first 10 pounds are like some of the hardest to lose, by the way. So it should get easier from this point on. But starting is the hardest part, and you already did it. So congratulations, man.
Yep. Piatti, I would say the easiest thing I could say is probably just increasing the protein. It'll keep you feeling satiated. Also turns up your thermogenesis. Hello again. Thank you very much, Alex Assassin 924 with the big soupy. I just wanted to give you an update on the commissions. They're in development as we speak. First will be Waves with Malgus, Dash, and Plagueis. And last, Theory with Qui-Gon. My hope is to share them with you next live stream. Will that be amazing?
Thank you, man. I'm excited to see him.
Yeah. I'm sorry for trying to change, by the way. On Instagram, I was like, can I get Kreia? And he's like, too late, idiot. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry.
He shut you down?
No, he's already gone through things. And I was like, that's my bad.
Got my first gun on your birthday, Theory. Lol. Canic MC9LS. Cool.
That's lovely. It seems like a threat, but it's lovely. Yeah, it's his birthday. I got it on, and I got your name engraved on the side.
Was it hard to get a license for Canada? Can you even talk about it?
Yeah, I can talk about it. Yeah, no, I mean, I got tons of guns in my house. They just keep sending emails of like, we're banning this gun that you have. We're banning that gun that you have. We're banning this other gun, this handgun. No, you can't buy handguns anymore in Canada. So, I mean, I have a lot that I purchased when you could purchase them. But yeah, now they're like basically saying we're going to come and take away your guns. So just keep them locked away and until we come and retrieve them. Like, welcome to Canada, man.
Charlton Heston with my cold dead hand. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this place is an absolute joke of a country, and I cannot wait. My visa is moving very fast now through the States. I have a very powerful friend in the United States government, which is great.
Jump ship, dude. Get out.
Oh, dude, I'm gone. I'm going to Texas. I'm out of here.
Oh, that's the one you're settled on, Texas? Oh, dang.
San Antonio Spurs.
No Florida, no
This place
chance.
is just absolute like con show.
Yeah.
Absolute con show.
I'm sorry. You know, Wave, if I had to pick and I was going, I'd go be a Floridian with you.
Thank you.
I can
Thank
see
you.
the desperation. You're like, no, we just go to Florida once. And he's like, Texas.
Well, our warehouse will be in Florida.
Yeah, you said
So-
you were paying
But you won't.
him to guard it.
No, but I mean, what? That's like a 2-hour flight,
Yeah, it's nothing.
and my guys are there. And look, I haven't bought a place in Texas yet, so we'll see what happens. But that's the plan. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that politics, but just want to live a free life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I will be at the ICCC. I will be doing a lightsaber Jedi Marshals demo at ICCCon. Looking forward to meet you. I am one of the Echo Base Network YouTube moderators. Mike Havens is a great person. He sure is. Yeah, he's a nice guy. I'm excited to meet him. So excited to meet you too. Been wanting to show my support for a long time. Sadly, unexpected expenses have happened. Fair enough. Happens. We try to live simply in a camper and our AC just crashed. But as soon as we're out of debt, I'll buy a saber. Dude, just take care of yourself. The fact that you're here and you watch is, I don't need anything. So make sure you take care of yourself. And whenever you're ready to get a saber into your collection, I mean, absolutely, we're happy to serve you and offer that. And it'll be fun. But only do it whenever you're ready. No pressure, man.
Yeah, thanks for just stopping by, Austin, for real.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I'm sure that your wife wouldn't appreciate you zipping around the camper with a lightsaber while the AC's out.
No, he'll have the AC when it's ready to go. And
I'll just spin it really fast and cool you off, babe.
She's sitting there enraged, drinking, and sweating.
it'd be a hilarious image, like from outside of the trailer. You see like a lightsaber in the dark.
Shut up!
Why don't you have Star Wars Marvel Purist on? I'll have him on when I want to have him on. Yeah. Hey, Theory, Stoops, and Dash. Question for all. Have y'all watched Solo Leveling the Anime? I'm convinced he slaughters Naruto and Goku.
I
No,
heard it's
why does
really
everyone
good.
keep saying this? No, he won't slaughter anybody. At all. There's no way, like Goku and Vegeta would level anyone. No, you guys haven't seen this. All right.
I don't even know what this means.
I think it's in reference to like an anime episode that was like breaking records or something. I might have to check it
Yeah.
out. I'm too busy with Invincible.
Yeah.
I just finished Invincible.
What did you think? The first all 3 seasons? Are you?
Yeah.
You're caught
Yeah.
up. Oh my gosh! What do you think of the Conquest fight?
It's badass.
So good.
Yeah.
I realized
He's
when he was
crazy
walking out,
powerful.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
Theory texted me. He said, "I'm so lonely," and I said, "What's happening right now?"
Yeah.
I gave the whole Conquest speech to my gym partner today in the car ride to the gym with no context. I just started talking.
That
Nobody
is
talks to
broness
me.
to the max. No context in his face in the car. That's so good.
It was
dude.
great. The other Viltrumites won't even talk to me. They're all scared.
Theory recent fan expo vid was great. Happy belated birthday. Dash stash is cash, brother. Stoops, squish the fish. I'm sorry, love you all. Thank you.
What does squish the fish mean?
Don't know.
You don't get it? Because none of us do. What's that mean, bro? Squish the fish. Miami. Dolphins. Is it dolphins?
Oh, it probably is a dolphins thing. Dolphins aren't fish, they're mammals.
I made Star Wars episode 10 to 12 script, kind of. I wanted
You're
to
like,
read
you
it, or
tell
should I
yourself
send it?
that. They are, they're
Right
mammals.
here in chat. Can y'all review X-Wing by Noble Engine? It's super short, but it's an epic battler over Coruscant. Been watching you since day one. Keep it up, bro. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Shelton.
Just the crazy thought. What if Disney approached you to replace Kathleen? Would you do it? but the caveat would be stepping down from your YouTube channels. I would do it only if they gave me in the contract full creative control and I could fire and hire anyone I wanted.
You just see a cloud of smoke. It'll be like, "Where's Theory gone?" Just a puff. He's off scout running.
He's gone to a better place.
Yeah.
If they would agree to that, then yeah,
Same. I'd hit that button so fast.
because I know who I'd hire. First of all, I'd bring all my friends along with me. All right, people who like know all of Star Wars, know all of EU, know everything, and I would bring them in. They'd be the new story group.
Hire them, by where you think they should place. I can't wait to be the janitor. Just pushing the mop around. You guys, oh, what have you thought about this? Shut up.
Get out of here, Dad.
Yeah. No, that'd be shit. I mean, that'd be really cool. I think all of us would do the same. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. What up, Charlie?
Charlie.
What up, Reiku? Love you too. Hey, Theory, if I was a CEO of Disney and gave you the rights of Lucasfilm to you, what would you do with it? This was a dream I had. Oh, we just answer that. I'd get rid of everyone working there. I'd hire a lot of my friends here. I'd bring in a lot of lore masters, a lot of the guys that know like everything to do with Legends. I would hire a lot of the old guys that worked with George. I mean, like shit, Nick Gillard would come in, Roger Christian, a lot of the old heads that were there from the beginning, pretty much. And we just get to work on like making the sequel trilogy again, making all of the projects that were canceled when Disney took over. LucasArts would come back. Everything would just resume the way it was supposed to when George left. Thank you again, CTMZ. Can you sell the recent Nerd Theory poster? It's sick. Yeah. Sure. But I mean, like, it's free. You guys can print it out.
Who's that in the background?
That's my cat, my other cat.
I can hear it.
What up, Corey? What up,
She
Mike
likes
Hill?
to announce herself when she enters a room.
Wanting to go buy a saber, but don't want any music, voices, or extra colors. Just keep it true to the character I buy. And basic X, example, Revan, is that an option, or do all your sabers come with those extras? No. So if you don't want voices, then you're gonna have to go for Profi. But every saber has the RGB function. Profi has the highest RGB function of all of them. It has all of the different shades, whereas SNV Pro has more so like different colors, like blue, red, green. Doesn't have the actual like full-on shades. There's some pastel shades in there, lighter shades, but it really isn't as diverse and full as Profi's selection for RGB, like a spectrum. But all of that comes in standard. It's not, the music is there no matter what, but you have the option to not turn it on.
Yeah, I'd
So-
say just get to your preset that you like. This is what I've done. I just get the preset I like and I just press on and off and just leave it there.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You
SNV
don't
Pro,
have to
you
use
have
the other features.
no, you have the ease of use with the app, Force Park V2 app, but it's limited in that sense where Profi, you can actually, if you're good at programming things, you can do whatever you want. Literally, sky's the limit on that thing using a program called Arduino. If you want something basic, simple, does what you want, but isn't a NeoPixel, then you go with sdRGB. And that's more of a baselit saber where the tube is hollow. The light comes from the actual hilt itself and shoots up, so it's going to be very concentrated at the beginning. And as it goes up, it's not as bright, but it's still great. Still has smooth swing, all that stuff. If you want the most basic, then you go for a kid's saber, which has an S4 board that we offer, which has only it's like the most basic. It does not have smooth swing. It doesn't. It's very just turns on. You do this, wom. It's meant for kids, so it really depends on what you want to choose. But the variety is there, whatever you want. If you was wondering if you could talk about the disaster Snow White a little, Ultra Wave, I love you, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Thank you all. I don't know much about this Snow White. I just know that she has pissed off a lot of people by being like a snob and being pretentious and talking politics and stuff. I don't know what she said. I know that they don't like Gal Gadot's comments. She made a lot of comments in support of Israel. I would imagine that all of this has to do with the Palestine and Israeli genocide going on. Beyond that, I don't know much about it. I just know that it was probably a shit movie, I assume.
Yeah, I think it's about 50-50, honestly, from what I'm seeing. It's like half people frustrated with the politics taking the forefront, including producers at Disney, apparently, very high up producers. There was something online where like the son of a producer responded to an Instagram comment. Yeah.
I reposted that.
Yeah, so she just seems like an unlikable person. Very like a lot of the same Brie Larson stuff that went on with Endgame and Infinity War. Like I demand to be the center of attention, and I demand to be praised for my gift to the galaxy that is my very presence. You know what I mean? A lot of the same energy coming out of, a lot of the same energy coming out of the Acolyte interviews.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah. They're just haughty. They're so full of themselves. I remember when she made that Trump post and Disney pulled her back and said, "You can't say like I don't want your business." Yeah, she said, "I don't want your business if you voted for Trump." And obviously Disney has to say.
She said that they wish that Trump supporters never knew peace.
It's just crap like that. But then I can get if you're out of touch, like you're dumb enough to cut your audience in half. I get that. Cool. You're allowed to have a political view, whatever. But then she made this like drama, like, you know, you could tell she's a drama kid because she was like, when this winged angel or some statue they brought to the Louvre in pieces, you know, I'm shattered. She's basically inferring she's shattered, but people still paid money to see this.
Dude, that made
this
me
statue.
want to vomit here.
And I was just like,
talk like that.
What did Michael Jordan say? Like, I think someone wanted him to like.
He said
that's all I need.
Buy shoes too.
Said conservatives buy shoes too.
Right. It's like, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Theory, you should write a book of your experiences, not a tell-all, but as lessons. First buyer here. Ugh. Fuck. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
When you talk about like even Steve Odenkirk, or is it Bob? Steve. Even that shit, I had no idea. That's so interesting. I'm like, what the fuck? Some of the things you've dropped over the years, and I'm like, what? And it's just like casual to you, but it's just weird. Weird shit happens to you.
Yeah.
Bombastic, outrageous, just not normal things.
I know. I've become like very numb to like haters, bullshit in general. Like I don't know. I've had like Rolling Stone write hit pieces on me. I've had Forbes write hit pieces on me, like actual like stuff that at this point, you know, I have gone to lawyers and I'll be like, look, do we have a case? And with all of them, it's like I could literally sue all of these fuckers. But it comes back to the point of, do I want to do that? Do I want to spend that money? Do I want to spend that time? You know,
but equally, you've had good shit as well. It's like you get both of the gamut. Like you told me about it. I'm not going to name drop a certain call that you got after you dropped Vader 1, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit, they called you to talk about it? That's crazy, dude.
Who?
I'm not saying their name. Do you want me to?
No, what? Who?
A very well-known director who's worked with the franchise before called you after they saw Vader.
I'm drawing a blank. There was one that reached out to the director of the first one.
I thought you spoke to him, whatever, but you know, it's like a big boy on the block where I'm like, this is legit.
I don't know, I'm forgetting now. But yeah, there was a very big one that reached out to the director, and
right.
Well, I mean,
but that was huge.
2 and 3 I'm directing, so it's, you know, you can call me now.
People see you though in a good way. Like you
They
are making
do.
connections in a really big way. Look at you just hanging out with Sindralig like it's a casual thing.
Mhm,
Yeah, no kidding. And that he's doing choreography for it.
mhm.
Like, not only do you
Yeah,
know him, but he's also working on your project. It's like,
yeah.
wow.
Wild.
Yeah, it's wild. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like numb to everything. I'm. Yeah, I
I
don't know.
think so.
Maybe
I think
it's like it's
so.
because to the common man, a pleb like me, I'm like, this is fucking sick. I want to hear more about it. And you're just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I'm happy to talk about anything, bro. Like anyone, like I mean, that's what I do at the conventions. People like, well, it's mostly people like talking about their experiences and stuff. But yeah, I'm always happy. I'm an open book. I got nothing to hide or anything like that. So
Yeah, but the problem is that like a Hollywood phony, all they would do was talk about all of the celebrities that they've met. But you're the opposite. We have to like stumble across it in conversation. Like, oh yeah, Steve Odenkirk just talked. I'm like, what?
yeah.
What? Like this dude
Yeah.
is like what? And he mentored
I don't know.
you? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like the older I get and shit, like I don't really glaze people just because they're in Hollywood. I think a lot of people in Hollywood are actually dirtbags, and they're like, I don't know. I don't really think a lot of people in Hollywood are very like self-made, and that's like you have a whole fucking team and publicists and all this shit around you because you got a gig to be in front of a camera and read a script. Like, cool. Like you played a very cool character that someone else wrote. Like, cool. If you're a cool guy and a cool person, like we've seen some actors in Hollywood that are actually like very stand-up people, dope. Like that, yeah. I like you as a person, but I've gotten to the point now as I don't like you get older, you don't really glaze someone for being in Hollywood or whatever. But if you're in Hollywood and you're a good person and you stay away from all the shit and the grime and the dirt and all the nastiness of that place, I like that. Sylvester Stallone, for example,
go Sly.
glaze that guy. Yeah, that guy is.
Go.
Yeah, I love that guy. He's been an idol of mine since I was a kid.
But he's a trailblazer. I mean, he would say if he looked at your career, most people and saw you like when we started YouTube, it's the Wild West, and where you've branched out to, and all the people like what you've done and stuff. Like same energy, you know. You didn't wait for people to give you an opportunity. You took it yourself. You made it happen.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I'm just doing my best. I'm just doing my thing. So, I don't know. Yeah, don't know what people see or whatever, but I'm just doing my thing.
It's interesting.
And I'm happy. Thanks.
It's interesting, and I'm sure people would want to hear about it in a book or one day, a tell-all.
I wouldn't even know like what to say, like what to say. I would have to have questions. So I'm more than happy to talk about anything. Like even on stream, it doesn't even need to be like if people have questions, man. Like you guys, fuck, ask. I'm happy to talk about anything. So I think you should do the Stuart Beatty Kenobi movies. That would be cool. Yeah,
Somebody should, yeah.
yeah.
With his direct, he could just adapt what he wrote.
We were going to Calgary Expo. We skipped that one. We're actually not going to be going anymore.
Love you too.
You guys read this one. I'm going to go pee.
He stole my move.
Yeah,
I have to
this
pee
Powerade.
too. HoloNet here.
Don't
Hope
you
guys
dare
are
leave
having
me,
a good-
dude.
I'm not going to. I'm locked down. Hope you guys are having a good day. Theory, is there any chance you're thinking of adding old lightsaber pike to your collection? And for you boys, which lightsaber design would you be most practical in your hands? What would be most practical? I always thought Qui-Gon Jinn's.
Qui-Gon, anything straight, nothing, no bumps, no movement, anything in the way. The grip, Qui-Gon's good because it's got the grip as well.
Yeah.
I think just pure metal may cause problems. It gets hot, something like that. Chafing, like I feel like you need a little bit of grip, but also, yeah, Qui-Gon's probably perfect. Or
I've always thought Anakin's was so uncomfortable to like just stand around.
The activator, it's just like whatever the light up part of it. What's that called? The charge port part? You know, I don't know. I got to look at the diagram where they had to make up shit for it later.
Yeah.
That you can't dual wield it. Like, what is? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Where do you put your second hand? Because the first one, you just have no option. What's another like usable one? Obi-Wan's is definitely usable too in the Phantom Menace, and that's because they got to pick their own hilts, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah,
Ewan,
these later ones still had the bump.
yeah, so Ewan and Liam just sort of picked whatever was easiest to maneuver, which I think illustrated two of the sickest hilt designs, frankly. Just really streamlined. Windu's is cool too.
Palpatine's is cool, but it's a little ostentatious. But then you think about like when you're thinking of a saber, you're thinking of function, but there is a part of your ego that wants it to look cool. You know it's going to hang on your belt. You don't want it to look like a junk saber or something. But at the same time, you don't want to look like a wanker that has like a bejeweled saber. You know what I mean? It's kind of
there's a middle ground.
That's why I bought the mystery box with Theory, because I thought I'm just going to see it, and then whatever I like or don't like, I'm going to figure out really quickly. And yeah, you need to hold a bunch of sabers, I feel, to figure out what you'd actually use day to day.
I think Obi-Wan's is pretty close to that. It's the emitter is a little bit longer, it's a little bit more ostentatious, but it's still more maneuverable. And I guess you can equate that to Luke's as well, because they're basically the same hilt. But yeah, those are cool. I'm trying to think of a Legends lightsaber. All the Legends lightsabers look so difficult to use.
Firebrand. The Firebrand from Jedi Academy is just basically black, long ridges, and it's just straight.
Dope, Clark.
Did
You
I
just
say-
finished the Plagueis book. Go start the Bane trilogy.
Yeah, that's where you go immediately. If you read Plagueis first, you go to Bane, vice versa.
More driving to DQ for ice cream vids? Hell yeah, dude. Sup, gents? What up, Jay Kane? You think ignoring Acolyte clickbait and engaging farming could help kill a season 2? I hate giving attention to it and giving it more attraction. No, dude, because I mean, they couldn't even bring up the ratings for their show to make a season 2. So, what do you think talking about how shitty it is going to do?
I know that they got their parrot metrics or whatever bullshit they want to say, but I think it's important to have people that you trust disseminate information for you, so that, like sometimes I'll see an inflammatory tweet or a cluster of them and be like, what the fuck? And then I'll watch like Asmund Gold, who's pretty good, and he'll just talk about it for a second. And I go, oh, I've got some context. People need to give context. I don't think everybody just clams up and never mentions it will fix things as well, because you need to critique things logically and go, I'm not the only one who feels this way, or, there's healthy discussions.
I just think it's a puff piece article. It's just another article that's like, see, guys, it wasn't that bad. Like, that's how I'm interpreting it. I'm not interpreting any real movement.
If you don't like it, you're a chud.
Yeah, well, you're a racist. How I look at it is, these guys are so stupid in the sense that they're like, oh shit, it's like metrics are good. People want to see this, and people are talking about it more than Kenobi and whatever else, and Boba. And they're going to be like, let's go ahead and do it because they got money to spend. And that might even be enough to have a little motion move there. So it is quite possible. But is it likely? Very unlikely, but it's a possibility.
They won't get the same budget if they do a season 2. That budget's ridiculous.
They won't get headlands. I mean, she ran to theater. She got crucified that hard on the internet.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
Like, oh,
no, they will. They will. Just to make a point.
I'm going to run to the bathroom.
Just to make a point.
You said you wouldn't.
Rossi, Dr. Raspberry Theory making a Palpatine saber. Revenge of the Sith is coming out this month, right? In theaters.
I don't know if we've got the same release dates. Let me have a look.
In April. Sorry, not this one. April. I don't think it's April.
I still remember going with my dad to that gold class tickets he bought. It was like the first time I ever went to that fancy gold class. Wow, what a time to be alive.
Oh, it sure was. That was a cool time. What's up, boys? Hope everyone's day is going great. Apparently, there's a rumor out there that says there are 3 Star Wars live-action shows in development. Yeah, the Mando Grogu, Rey movie, and the Dawn of the Jedi. Thank you, K-Man. Shout out to K-Man. one of my editors for all the reels and stuff.
Oh wow.
What up, Waffles? Bros, why must we forever live with 789? We're doomed. McJuicy Theory, are you going to PAX West in Seattle? Also, please make a Bane Saber. Much love to you, boys. I look forward to every Thursday. Best pod out there.
Did you say
PAX West in Seattle. No, I don't know about this. I've heard about it, but I don't know when it is or the details or anything.
PAX is just gaming, right? I've got a bunch of PAX. I
Oh, yeah?
don't know if they start to blur together a little bit, but I don't know if it would be worth a saber. It's not. It's specific. You know what I mean? It's not like a Comic-Con or something.
You would figure after Disney losing so much money on these failed projects that they would change course. I wish they would just sell Star Wars. Wow. I wish a lot of things.
You and me both, Clark.
Rossi says, I'll invite you to tell me shut the F up whenever needed. Sometimes I'm a habitual line stepper. I've told Josh in theory the same thing. Well, I'm sure if it
This is
happens,
how
then-
we get to do it.
Noted, Rossi.
No, come on, you're funny, dude. It's fun.
We love you.
What up, darn otaku? Hello, guys. Hope you're doing well. Quick question, Stoops. Why did you title your current vid about the Imperial Knights as the Grey Jedi Order when they were not? And technically, Grey Jedi are not real.
To get you to click on it.
Yeah, because you can understand it quickly. Okay, these guys aren't Jedi.
They're not
Sith,
dark side. They're not
they're
Jedi. They're
lightsabers.
Jedi inspired.
They're in
They
between.
don't
Yeah.
use strictly the light side. They dabble with darker emotions. Grey Jedi.
You got to use as few words as possible to get a point across.
Can't believe you've done this.
What happened? Oh yeah, yeah. Some people are very
So uncivilized.
I know.
You piece of shit.
Tough in these streets, man.
I'm looking to buy a Dark Lord or any saber. Are they CNC machined then assembled? Yeah, a lot of them are. A lot of them are either brass. I mean, we put the specifications: aluminum alloy, brass, but they're very precisely machined and assembled. So we work with TXQ. I don't work with any other saber manufacturer out there, and there's reasons for that. And I can always go into details, but there is a distinct reason why it took me 4 years after announcing Theory Sabers in 2020 to start the actual thing. First of all, money, it's expensive as hell, but second of all, good relations with the Wookiees I have. So I needed a manufacturer that not only made good shit and the best, in my opinion, on the market, but someone that I can actually have literally eyes and ears there, because I don't want to just like I said at the panel, I've had a lot of saber companies over the years that, I mean, naturally want me to put my name on their products and endorse their products, and a lot have offered me stupid amounts of money. Stupid. Like Vader would have been paid for several times over by now if I just said okay to a lot of those things. But I wouldn't have been in control, and it would have just been my name and my brand, and just like what a lot of like influencers out there are doing. They get like a brand that wants to work with them, and I know a lot of the bigger ones, and they work with them, and they like push their products and stuff like that. And anyways, I'm biting my tongue on some stuff, but yeah, so I'm very happy with the amount of eyes that we have over there and the inspections that we have over there. And we'll be taking a trip out there soon this year, which will be a freaking hilarious vlog. It'll be fun. No earbuds because it's hard to hear, but yes, I do feel like Bamf in the suit. I will see you at FE Bose. Also, there's a Vader Kenobi bundle. Boston.
Yeah, I think that's the Mandalorian cosplayer. Is that? Or am I getting mixed up?
Will you come to a motel room in Minnesota to look at Leslie Headland's feet pics together? It sounds like a great time. Yeah.
Impressive get.
Jesus. Which Kenobi Vader bundle are you talking about? Hey guys, you mentioned the Dark Horse comics. I'm in the middle of trying to complete the collection, but it's getting harder. I have over 700.
Labor of love, baby. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Feel blessed we've got 700.
For real.
What pose you want?
Well, I think we can control what I said it.
What pose you want, dude?
No, I sent a generic one. I think it was just normal.
I think.
Oh
I
shit,
think-
Elias is 6'9", dude. Yeah, that the new Survivor cross guard will probably fit perfect for you. Probably look normal. Amazing meeting you in Cleveland. Hope you liked the pin. Loved it. Thank you so much. I know you mentioned a retractable saber. Will it be able to be used in duels? Much love to you all. No. Speaking of a dual saber, so we're actually also, for the first time, we're releasing one with Nick. It's according to his specifications. It's essentially the one like he used on set, and there are no electronics. It's his hilt. It's his weight specifications and distribution in the hilt, and how he wants it designed. And it is a carbon fiber dowel, purely for dueling, purely for tricks. And also for fan films, if you want to like go old school and rotoscope it, how we used to. But that's something we're developing, and that'll be a signature series from Nick as well. So we have the electronic version and the carbon fiber version coming out. So we're currently in testing phase right now and making sure that carbon fiber it's not composite, so that it's like very hard, very very hard.
You smash that, it won't break.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do some tests with it and see how much it can take, and see like if I can actually break it.
Are you gonna make a video of
On the
that?
Skid Row. Oh, sorry.
Of you trying to break the carbon fiber?
Yeah.
That'd be good. That's a fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do stupid shit to it until it breaks. I'm upset because I didn't realize you were at Expo. I was at your booth on Sunday, not paying attention who was behind it. I hope you enjoyed Cleveland. Oh, next time, man. It's all good. What would happen if Luke saved Vader after episode 6? I think I did a fanfic on this. I think he probably would have helped train Luke and Leia, and it would have been pretty cool.
I see him going on like a pilgrimage of sorts. Like I see him being reserved at first about rejoining the Jedi and feeling like he hasn't made penance. I love the idea of like a wandering warrior redeemed Vader.
Yeah, I think he would have a lot of communications with Force ghosts, and now that he'd be in the light side, he'd be able to have a lot of good talks. There would be probably a lot of adventures he could go on, and then we could tie into Legends, or we could create something totally new.
Yeah.
And go from there.
I just love the idea of him being in like solitude for a while.
I was going to say, I actually think to repent, he probably would take some type of Mortis trip to try and prevent. He saw what happened when dark happened, light then dark, and would be like, I'm going to try and maintain the balance somehow.
It'd be fascinating.
He'd open a
It
young
would.
center. Well, Mace versus Obi-Wan, who wins? Mace, dude.
Yeah, Mace.
Yeah.
Mace would clap those cheeks. On another note, who would you guys like to see duke it out in a saber duel? Any Force user? Yeah, I'd like to see Starkiller versus. I want to say Plagueis, just because it would be so interesting to see like raw power versus intellect, and how each would have to fight over the other's strong suits.
It's interesting that you pick duelists that have different attributes, because the one that popped into my head was just Vader Malgus because of how similar they are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's a really good pick.
Yeah.
I would say, who's that guy that you used to love in episode 2? Is it Cole Trebor or something?
Coleman
Trevor.
Yeah, I'd like to see him versus a youngling because he'd get jacked up. He sucked, dude.
He did.
You loved him so much.
He's supposed to be he's supposed to be a Sarisu like master in
Coleman?
Legends. Yeah. And he dies from blaster fire.
Cool sound.
What's y'all's favorite DBZ arc? Mine's all of Namek.
Namek,
Oh,
100%. Dude.
Namek was probably the most meaningful, I would say, to me. Cell Saga was very cool too. Android Saga, Cell Saga, that was a good time.
It started to jump the shark with the power levels and just everything kind of went a little bit. You know, I was a real fan of Gohan, I think. So it's really hard to see him become a nerd and not the dude I wanted him to be. Like the movie, you know, the Trunks movie, whatever, the Android movie, that was badass when he lost his arm and shit. I can't talk too much about this. It's just go tangent.
Bucky's. The boys love Bucky's. Absolutely love Bucky's.
Bucky's is great. It's like one of the best places on earth.
Thanks, Austin.
What is this Bucky's?
It's a mythical gas station of epic proportions.
Dash, you were so close to Hogan Stash. Please give it to me. You cutie. Australia is not real. Blue wave in Canada. I can feel it.
So much of my power just arrived. Sorry, go ahead.
For those who are wondering, in America, blue over here is conservative.
Hell yeah.
Blue is conservative. Red is liberal in Canada.
Yeah, same here. Liberals.
Oh shit.
Red here. Yeah. It confused the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Honestly, solo leveling versus DBZ would be a crazy hypothetical crossover. Jinwoo and his shadows versus Goku and Vegeta would go so hard. I've never seen it, so I don't know. But I keep hearing it. It's very good. It's very worth the watch. I know the fan film thing is over, but I'm curious to get your thoughts on my fan film really quick. Destined Warriors on YouTube. Well, next time I'm doing a live stream by myself, I'll give it a shot. One-armed Suki Yuki says, hello, Dash. You look like Omni-Man. Just had to point that out. Timu Ed Sheer. Oh, shit. I mean, Stoops. What's the cat's name? I love cats, especially fluffy ones. Theory, I'm assuming you have seen the Darth Maul fan film. Thoughts? I have. Yeah, it's very good. It's cool.
My cat's names are Kyla and Shady.
And Shady's not too slim, right?
No, she's super fat. I love it.
I love irony.
She's a big lump.
I don't think he got that. I don't think he understood.
Of course he did. He's a huge rap fan.
Did you understand?
Yeah, it's Eminem, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah. He tells me to listen to Kendrick, and I tried, and I'm like, I've got the old man energy. And it's like, boom, bap, boom, boom, boom. I liked Kendrick back in the day, but it just sounds like garbage to me now. I'm like, I can't do it, dude. I'm sorry.
That's a take.
I tried for you.
Thank
Sorry
you
for
for
the late
trying.
notice. But happy birthday, Theory. We won't meet for some time, but if you ever come to Austin, I'll fly on down to meet and geek out with you. May the Force give you a long life always. Thanks, HoloNet.
To
You too,
Australia.
man. You say Australia or Austin? Oh, it's just me thinking about Texas. Australia, I guess.
We lost him. The Florida boys lost Theory.
Oh, it's
No, don't say
$10.
that. Don't say that, because I have a realtor in Miami, and she's been sending me some good stuff.
Penthouses, hopefully.
Yeah, but it's like, do I want to spend that money on a penthouse, or do I want like an apartment, or do I want to spend that money on like a nice ass piece of property in Texas?
The privacy is invaluable too. I mean, as much as I want to say go get the penthouse for my own selfish reasons, it's
Both are nice. I don't know. Both are nice. I mean, shit. If the warehouse is going to be right now in Florida, then maybe I'll get a place in Florida, or I'll rent one, or whatever. And then next year, when I can afford more, perhaps, Vader will be 2 will be out, and we'll just have 3 to worry about. So maybe I'll be able to. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll say one thing, dude. I've only got 6 acres, but if you buy a farm, you buy problems. I love it. I love being in nature.
Don't buy a farm.
No, do, but because he's time poor at the moment, I'd start with like self-contained, because man, you put so much time into these things.
How long have you owned the farm, Dash?
April last year, so nearly.
So like a year.
Yeah.
Dang.
And
you're enjoying it?
I love it, dude. I love being in nature, closer to it. I think it's healthy for people like us who are on the computer 24/7 to step into nature a lot more. And like, having chickens and wanting to get more animals. I know Theory loves horses, so that would be perfect for him. I can see him as a horse bro and himself having like one long horse braid. Roll it out.
And a cowboy hat.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. Question: what did y'all think of new and Wave? You're blurry, by the way. I don't know what's going on.
I know. I keep trying to adjust it.
Are you using a webcam?
Yeah, I got to get the camera thing. You
Time
were
to upgrade,
recommending.
baby. Time to upgrade. Got a cam link and a Sony A6000. You good to go. And a dummy battery. Question: what did y'all think of new Andor trailer? Oh shit, I didn't watch it. Totally forgot. Dedra was getting force choked in the trailer. To me, means we might see Vader, because who else could do that? It's possible.
I think it's a red herring. I think they put it in there for us
For people to be like, it's Vader.
Yeah, it looks like it could be just a panic attack, which would be on Andor brand.
Randall.
Brandor.
Rule of threes. Wave, what up, Nick? I'm stoked you are streaming. Been watching your channel as long as Theories. Big fan of what you do, brother. Dash, you are dope too, man. These streams are home to me. Cheers, Theory, LFG.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
Nick.
When you make a Darth Caedus saber, loving the mustache dash. Yeah, we've been thinking about a lot of the different, extended universe stuff that we want to do, but in time. I mean, it's the 1 year anniversary of the full site on the 31st of March. So, in our first year, man, we have expanded so fast. It's crazy, and it's bittersweet because it costs so much money to expand so fast. So it's bittersweet, as I said. But
You got anything planned for the 1 year anniversary?
maybe. There's so much planned over the next couple months that it's like, yeah, we'll see.
I see it. Reducing the drop rate because you'll go broke.
Yeah, the drop rate is actually it's probably going to increase, to be honest. But
Oh my god, dude. You hate money. You're just like, I gotta do it.
yeah, it's really weird. It's like, yeah, it's so weird how it goes out as fast as it comes in.
Somebody
Yeah.
clip that.
The movie is really just such a money suck.
Somebody
Such
clip
a
that.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh.
We're gonna be releasing some new hoodies and stuff, limited edition hoodies and all that.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, not through Teespring. It's gonna be just through us, through Theory Savers, through the website that we'll have in the warehouse in Florida, and yeah, shipping them out to you guys. So that's cool. That's coming. Probably we're gearing up for like May to release that, but in due time.
So you guys are working on the warehouse as we speak. It's done.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That does move fast.
Oh yeah.
Freaking
I don't play. When I
Oh.
put my mind to something, I don't play. No, I'm not here to waste time. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Are the contracts for something like that just a nightmare? Being from a different country and all too.
Yeah,
I
but
imagine.
I'm working on my visa, so that's coming in. Like I said, I've got a very very big connection in the United States government, which is
You got
great.
the plug.
Yeah. If I were to say who it was, man, I mean, shit, it would make me. I mean, damn, that would be crazy.
But how did
I
you
just-
hook up with them? I don't need to know who, but was it through
Yeah.
videos?
Yeah, they're big. Yeah, they're a fan of the channel. I was just FaceTiming
awesome.
with them a couple nights ago.
You know what's crazy, dude? Is you said, I don't waste time. And the first thing that dropped to my head was an Australian saying, and I thought, oh man, if I say this to you guys, you're just going to look at me like I grew another head. Do you know what someone would say in Australia if they were saying, I don't have time to waste? I'm not here to fuck spiders.
Nice, dude.
I swear to God, that's everybody knows what. Oh, okay, I'm not here to mess around. It's like
Sometimes you got to do that. You know, it's
makes sense. It's something you would not do if you.
Well, they're that
short
big
on
here.
time.
I mean,
yeah. Did you end up getting a booth for STL GalaxyCon? I haven't gotten a reply from your support. No, but also seeing as you're not part of GalaxyCon, so you can't get us in that sense. No, I have not. But honestly, I haven't even had time to check who to message or anything like that for GalaxyCon. It would be nice, but we have so much going on right now that I don't even think we're kind of looking forward to just building in April and not focusing on going to conventions in April. So it's gonna get crazy in May. So we'll just April's a good month to just work really hard and build the infrastructure of the warehouse, new merch, new sabers, and stuff like that. So
it's like a mid-season break.
It's not a break.
Well, for the people going to conventions, it's like a mid-season break.
And with things are gonna get even crazier once that trailer drops. So we're anticipating everything. I'm just in the shadows, dude. I'm just plugging away. You guys will see stuff when it comes out. I don't have anything to say, but if I'm gonna burn $10, I'd rather put it to a good cause than go see a current gen. Damn, dude,
thank you, Maverick.
Bring back blacked out hoodie. Mine is XXL. Need L. That's it's gonna be better and badder than ever. Asman reacted to a Star Wars: The Old Republic trailer in his video. Avowed is a colossal failure in one of the chapters if you haven't seen it. Oh, okay. Well, check it out. I'm sure he'll react to the Vader fan film when it's out too.
Yeah.
Also, I love the unboxing of the crossguard. Does the bottom come off to make the hilt shorter, come with a cap, or does it just stay open? Yeah, did you watch the whole thing? So I actually took off the bottom and there's a piece, there's a third piece in there that actually is separate, which joins the two. And that looks like an end cap. But yeah, that piece remains a little bit open for the ventilation. Josh, the only creator who took me up on my offer. He'll take anybody. Love the Dash Stash. I saw Star Wars in the 70s and the 80s. My friends and I did read about Star Wars, having 12 episodes. Also, what are your thoughts about Star Wars Ring Theory by Mike Kilmo? I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Thank you. Thank you to everyone saying this. My dad, when he saw it, he said, "Hey, what's up, Freddie Mercury?" I went, okay. My mother-in-law saw me and she goes, "Which one are you, Mario or Luigi?" And I went, okay. I'm just copping it sweet. So I get on here and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. Pump up my tires.
Dude, it looks good.
Bros.
Old heads say.
My saber of choice would be Senya's extendable lightsaber pike. I'm not sure how it's pulled off, but it's really good with giving versatility in combat and proves not every fight has to be won with a lightsaber ignited. True. I'm unfamiliar with Senya's extendable lightsaber pike.
He asked while you're in the bathroom from memory, hello, and this is for my fellow Aussie, if you were going to look at making a pike at any point, Theory.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's going to be sick.
I mean, shit, the thing I just reviewed today, it's kind of close to it.
The tricks you can do with the lightsaber pike, too, I bet, because you got the full staff.
Yeah.
Full revolutions of it.
Right now, we're working on releasing a... Oh, shit, I don't want to keep talking. Every time I, say stuff, shit just gets... Anyways, yeah, I'm just going to shut my mouth. That's... Yeah. Anyways. I enjoyed the Acolyte. It was flawed, but still fun. I hated it. I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah.
Mr. Dash, can you talk in an American accent, specifically a Buzz Lightyear impression?
The best American accent, I think, is Arthur from Red Dead Redemption. I don't think I can speak. I sound like... No. What did you say? No, I'm not going to say anything. Let me try a Buzz Lightyear impression. I'm actually sweating because I'm like, to infinity and beyond. Like, that is that what you want from me? Have you finished? $5 didn't cost you much. What? I don't know why Buzz Lightyear do, but cheers. I know that just sucks.
I think
dude.
you nailed
I'm
it.
so embarrassed.
Stoops, the super chats for you. Please continue to be a Giga Chad legend, and I can't wait for you to cosplay and work a lightsaber.
Thank you. Good
Jesus Christ.
No, that wasn't. Dash, the super chat is for you. How's the playthrough of Survivor going, and do you live stream your gameplay? Also, get yourself an esky and head down to the Macaw's drive-through.
I just started Survivor again because I have it on PS5 and I'd only played it through PC. It's really good combat. I really enjoy it. Also, I don't drink, so I don't need an esky, which is just a cooler. And Macca's is what we call McDonald's. So yeah, I usually get a sausage and egg without the bun every Friday, which it's Friday here. I know, messing with you. Every Friday before the stream. But Theory's like, do you want to get on early? And I'm like, fucker. So I like just ran to the computer.
Yeah, no, we were still late. I fucked up. Mace Windu versus Revan or Ahsoka versus Starkiller. I mean, Starkiller probably would kill everybody.
Ahsoka would lose to Starkiller so fast.
Ahsoka would lose to everyone. Mace Windu would kick Ahsoka's ass. Everyone would, yeah. Full power Luke versus Starkiller.
Luke low diff.
Luke would
with his eyes closed.
Is Star Wars going to touch the Old Republic era again, since the Acolyte ruined the vibe of it so much? Seriously, that era is so good for live action, but Disney doesn't know how to handle the era through fans. Though fans, fans could, especially with all of the AI stuff coming out. I think it's phenomenal. Everyone's just making pretty sweet stuff.
I've seen actors talk about characters that some actor, I forget who he was, but he wanted to play a character from High Republic era. And I was like, Disney wants to stay in the High Republic because their ego, they created it and they think it's superior, but it
I'm so over the High Republic. There's no big war. There's no like dark side group going, or if there is, I haven't kept up with it. It just is such a boring era, in my opinion.
Theory gun collection vid. I mean, shit, I had a gun channel and then it got deleted. Welcome to Canada, dude. So now I'm just like, I don't show any guns or anything. I'm just like, all right, well.
Are you going to do like a goodbye video at least of like driving across the border? No,
because my parents live in Canada and like friends live in Canada. My dogs for now are in Canada until I bring them over. And so I love the land. I'm just not fond of the politics and the level of like control and everything else going on here. So I'll always be back and forth in a sense because I want to see my parents, but I think it's time to get out. And if that means America, great. If that means Europe, great. I am open to all things other than Canada. At least until there's some actual real change here in the politics. And if it goes in the way of Carney getting elected, who's now the step in for Trudeau, which is essentially like if when Biden stepped down, Kamala was whatever the president. It's essentially that's what's happening here right now. Shit, I mean, I am so fucking out.
Would your parents come to the States?
Yeah, they'd love to. I mean, but that's also a major expense. Like I said, dude, like Vader is like just sucking me dry, dude. Yeah. Like this shit is just very expensive.
Get a horse bomb. That'll lure him down.
Yeah, true. So see what happens. But a gun collection video would be nice. Dash, pretty please do a stream in full Hogan mode.
Well, just with the handlebars.
Looks like I have more commission ideas. It is possible. Will you be coming to Seattle for any event this year or Spokane? Question for you guys. Any bonsai in the house or fave plant? Oh, bonsai is beautiful. I don't have any
Where's
bonsai.
Spokane? I've heard of it.
Yeah, no bonsai. I just planted some bamboo in the backyard though. Super happy about that.
I love
I
plants
heard-
just in general. I think that
I
they're
heard-
healthy. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, my mistake.
That's it. I like the climbing vines.
Yeah.
Where you can get them up the wall. They look so cool.
Oh yeah. What was like a terrace too? You have like a terrace built.
I was sending Stoops pictures of my garden because he said he wants to get into gardening. I thought he already had some, and he's like, "I got nothing." I'm like, "What?"
I don't have anything. I
wasting my
need to get
time here.
into it.
I want something back here. I send you pictures. I need something back.
I am gonna garden this week. Actually, I'm gonna go buy some flowers and plant them. So I will send you pictures.
Well, I guess the landscaper won't do it for you. The piece of shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, but gardening is also super therapeutic feeling. It's just nice.
It's funny that the older you get, the more that you realize that like what you laughed at as a kid with old people in the garden and stuff is actually there's a reason why all old people gravitate towards certain things because it's good for the soul.
It is. Yeah, I need to go do more of it. It's endless in Florida. I'm sure it's worse in Australia, but it's like you tear something down and then there's a new problem immediately.
That's I've learned more about poisons over the last couple of months, especially ants and stuff, all that shit.
Oh yeah, every species of ant in Florida bites. Again, I can only imagine what Australia's like. Would you ever do a tour of the farm? I know it's like part of it is being off the grid and everything, and that would defeat the purpose. But
Yeah, I think I would. I think I would want to get it to a. We bought like a real fixer upper on purpose, so I know I should be proud and like show it in its current state, but I'm one of those people that's OCD. It'd have to.
you can always just vlog it and like vlog the progression of bringing the farm together. I would watch those.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll just send you shit and be like, "Come on,
Please.
what's my plant pictures?"
I will try. I'm gonna disappoint you.
No, dude. No, I never had kept anything alive till last year. I think, yeah. No, this year. I just got into it. I just bought planter boxes and set them up and bada bing, bada boom, shoved stuff in there, and some things survived, some things died.
It's just cool to be able to provide your own food from start to finish, though, don't you think? Like,
yeah, I'm one of those dickheads that watches those homesteading channels and just like thinking about, I want to do this for my family. And now we've got solar on the roof and stuff. And now I just watch the app and how much we're chewing through and realize that my big fuck off computer is ruining things. Like I'm absorbing so much, you're becoming the Grinch of power, like my dad turning lights off. Yeah. The mustache is for function, not for, show.
it's a new era.
Do any of these guys drink? Dash definitely does. Or are Theory and Stoops off the juice?
I don't drink.
I don't drink. I
Don't
can't.
drink
I mean, I
water.
can. It's not like I'm an alcoholic. Like I can. If you put a drink in my hand, I'd say I'd have a vodka water. I like just like clean drinks, but I don't like getting drunk. I don't like the feeling of it. I don't think it helps me. I don't have the biochemistry for it. It doesn't make me happy.
Yeah.
No.
I had a period in my life where I,
Sure, everyone.
partied a lot, and it's just not a very happy state.
Unsustainable.
No.
And there's nothing sadder than when you get older and you see the 40-year-old in the club. You remember when you go to clubs and you see like some random dude standing there that's like 40 and you're like, what are you doing here, you creeper? The ones that won't let it go, like it gets sadder over time. It's not like it gives back over time.
No, it doesn't. Alcohol takes. It just takes. It
Are the
takes your
dolphins
functions first. I don't know, man. It looks like we didn't do any big trades. We got Zach Wilson, who's not very good, and then we got a new offensive lineman, but that's it. So I hope that they're not cooked, but we'll see. They might have to blow it up if this season doesn't go well, if they don't make the playoffs.
A lurker since the Nerd Theory days says chips and dip $50. You are an open book. Your experience, lessons, mindset have helped me achieve my goals. A distilled version would be a gift, but I'll always watch to get the juice. You're living your dreams helps me reach mine. I love it all. Oh man, if there's anything you ever are wondering about or want to know about my life, I mean, I'd be humbled to talk about it. I feel like already being on YouTube and stuff, like I'm already in front of the camera a lot, and I don't like attention. I as I get older, especially, when you're younger, you want it, but um, so I tend to try not to talk too much about myself out of the scope of like what is asked. But if there's anything you guys ever want to know or whatever, like I'm very personable in that sense, and I'm a very open book, and I'd be happy to discuss whatever you want. So I hope lots of health and success for you, Chips and Dip, and yeah, man, hope to see you again. Don't be such a lurker.
Get the
Love you guys,
juice.
and hope all is well. Dash, this is for you. Any progress on the fan film of Shmi getting it on with?
Dude, I sent Theory. This is messed up. The other day I was telling Theory how hard AI really is, and I sent him in my Shmi fan film. I had made Watto have a son with Shmi, and it was an amalgamate. I tried to tell AI to tell it to have like a half Toydarian, half Anakin Skywalker
Crazy.
face. Yeah, Theory
Wait.
was not impressed. Well, it kind of was, but
That's
not
insane.
nightmares.
Yeah.
That shit's
yeah,
insane, dude.
yeah.
Hey, chat, when does Verdansk come out? It's April, right? April 2nd or something. I can't remember the date. I clipped it, Stoops. Don't worry. Goddamn.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Title of the video made me cry. Yeah. Did you do a new build project or existing building? Oh, an existing building. Yeah, so when I said build, I corrected it and I meant, building in the inside. So, we're building shells, we're making it look nice and all that, and, having certain signs and stuff made and all that. Just in case, I sent y'all a link to apply for a booth for GalaxyCon, and it's October. Oh, October would be cool. You want to read this one? Yeah.
Sure. Oh, go for it.
Yeah. No. I love the Stoops when he doesn't.
I hate mine. I moved
No.
from New York to Dallas, Texas 10 years ago. It's the place to be, certainly located in the country, super nice properties with land being built daily in North Dallas where I live. That's what I hear. I hear that people love Dallas.
Yeah. I've been my
Lloyd
realtor's
Banks.
been sending me stuff on Dallas and San Antonio.
My
Dallas in the Palace.
my sister's boyfriend lives in, I want to say it might be Houston, but he just says that Dallas is the place to go. So I've never been, but
Do you like him?
yeah, he's cool.
It's just like the way you said that. You're like, I have not listened to this man as he's talking to me at a family dinner. I think somewhere in Texas.
Nah, he's cool.
Chat, if you want Wave to shave his head on camera, hit the like button right now.
Okay, we're not.
I did a lot of research before deciding on your company to buy my first non-FX lightsaber. I only have my Yoda one left over. Can you guys modify it? Modify whatever you want, yeah.
You would let somebody physically send in their saber and modify it and send it back.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, of course. I'm
My
not joking when I say like I want to change the community. Like I want to be
Yeah.
one-stop shop for everything.
It's wild.
The best products, the best prices, the most quality control, the best customer service, the most exclusives, the most official exclusives with the original guys like Roger Christian, Nick Gillard, and others that are coming. Custom, whatever you want, we'll build it, we'll put it together. We'll like what I see for the company, 6 months time, 1 year time, 2 years time, 5 years time, God willing, we're still around. It's quite cool.
Yeah. God willing. But
God willing.
we can't expect God to do all the work.
No, sometimes it works against you, but that's all character development.
Amen. Preach.
So appreciate every situation he puts me in. Financials aside, did you consider building a small in-law apartment within your warehouse on top of buying land in Texas, home base in 2 states. Yeah, so that's also something I've been looking at, is having my warehouse built on my land, so buying a few acres. Yeah, there's a few different options, and I'm narrowing things down. And, you know, I as I keep saying, it comes down to money, and at the end of the day, it goes out as fast as it comes in. And my priority is the company and is Vader. So, you know, there's a lot of money going out every month to Vader, and it won't stop for another probably 2 years.
I just picture you walking out of your house and getting on a horse and riding to your warehouse. And that's how your day starts.
Well, maybe take a dirt bike.
Yeah.
Would be cool.
Dirt bike.
Yeah, you know,
Maybe get a razor.
my dream is to you know, I feel like I've succeeded really good at YouTube and the channel, and so I'm comfortable now, like, you know, taking on other ventures. Like, you know, the content is not so much fan fictions and comics and stuff, which I've done. It's now more personable. It's more building the brand. It's more, you know, for the greater good of the fan films and stuff, which are huge. But what I really want to do is, you know, succeed at my own IP, and that's in the works. But I don't think that that's going to be a priority until I succeed at these 2 ventures that I have, which is, you know, my Saber company and Vader episode 2 and 3. I'm confident that those 2 will really make a change for a lot of people, and after that, then I can focus on, like, my other dreams.
Makes sense.
Not effing with spiders is an Aussie saying, but in our case, it'd be us effing Darth Maul with his spider legs.
Every day I leave the stream, I leave with some new trauma that you guys come up with.
Every day I leave the stream, we get further from God.
Yeah. Oh.
You want to read that one?
Sure. Hi, guys. Star Wars Ring Theory suggests the saga mirrors itself. Episode 1 reflects Episode 4, 2 mirrors 5, and 3 mirrors 6. Events, themes, and visuals echoes across trilogies, creating a symmetrical narrative structure. I have heard of the Star Wars Ring Theory, actually. Yeah.
It's poetry. It rhymes. I can't do the Lucas. That was all on purpose. He talks about this all the time. The poetry and rhyming.
Yeah, the connections
side by side. Yeah, the shots. Yeah,
super intentional.
Yes.
Also, Wave, I'll probably do the commission with your Echo base idea. Any particular thing you'd like to see if I do? P.S. I'm going to do it either way. Oh, man. I think it'd just be... I think seeing a Wampa in the shadows during a blizzard would be cool, if you're going to approach that anyway.
Did you watch the thing the guy sent us about?
I did.
People have already made videos. How crazy is it? That dude can write. His descriptors that he's using. I was like, this guy paints that picture so well. I can't believe you come up with this idea, which is great, but it's inspired like fan films within fan films, you know?
Yeah, it's super cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to try it again. Come up with another idea.
Pleasure meeting you at Fan Expo Cleveland. Purchased an Annie 3 at the con, and to my surprise, it was set with the prequel sound fonts. Thanks for signing my Chewbacca bandolier. Oh, yeah, I remember you. Yeah. It was a pleasure meeting you, too. And yes, that was a little surprise. No, this can't be happening. Season 2 of The Acolyte. This is worse than finding out that my ex-GF cheated on me with her on... What? On her dad?
I'm sorry.
Sigh. Someone passed me a Black and Mild. What's a Black and Mild drink?
I think it's a cigar, maybe cigarette. I don't know.
Interesting. Stoops and Dash, do you guys live stream games?
I think Dash does.
No, I should. I love games. It's a passion. I love Star Wars games, but I hate OBS. I don't know. I should. I really do love it.
Not sure if anyone asked, but Daredevil Born Again, original Daredevil was by far the best Marvel TV show in my opinion. It's not pussified.
Pussified.
I love that word, pussified.
Yeah, no,
I
it's a
think
pretty funny word.
I think the first episode of Born Again is pretty solid, and I think the rest have been
Is that the
a
new one?
little bit, yeah, the new series. It's meandering a little bit too long for me. You can definitely tell that they are trying to drag it out. But I mean, the stuff that is good and the main plot points are good.
I
Sure.
love Daredevil was like my favorite as a kid because of the outfit and because of his disability. I liked a huge flaw. But when I watched the first Daredevil show, the two things that annoyed me was number one, everybody saying, "This city, my city." And it's like, all right, Fisk. Like they both were just saying that. But also it took 47 punches to knock a dude out. Then they get back up. You have to like I just didn't love how many punches it took. I love everything else about it, but I really want to jump into the new season. But the funny thing is I watched Josh on Twitter and like there's so many like tweets that he just has like a random picture of Daredevil, like it looks like a behind the scenes, and then he'll write like, "Oh, so this is happening now," but no context. I'm like, what the fuck is? Do you know what he's talking about? Wait,
Yeah,
every
he's talking
time
about like
it's just
comic arcs with the dark suit. I
yeah.
forget. Yeah, and like
Oh,
him
when he
taking-
controls the ninjas and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
But it's just so funny without context. He's like, "This is it," and I'm like, "What's it?"
I think the Daredevil show is one of those shows that has so much potential, but has never really reached the heights that it's capable of. You
Is
know
this
what I
one
mean?
shit?
It's not shit, but it has glimmers of really good
Not shit.
TV. No, it's definitely not shit.
Is this one shit? Or somewhere you go, it's not shit, but
But no,
It meanders. It's
glimmers.
slower.
I like the bullseye stuff.
In
Like,
season 3. Yeah.
there's a lot of fights, a lot of cool shit.
I know a lot of people don't like those fights. The choreography feels overdone in a lot of ways, but I kind of like it.
before I go, I'll say the fans will keep Star Wars alive. Whatever the embers of the fan base or series are, will return like a wildfire someday. Will you make airsoft guns based on Star Wars blasters, by the way? Probably not. There's a lot of legalities with like shipping anything that looks like a gun.
I didn't even think about
Quite
that.
difficult.
I didn't even
But,
think about that hurdle.
We can't.
Mhm.
Australia is the most like we don't have guns here. We don't have
Yeah.
handguns. We got non-semi-automatics. Like I'm amazed, Hollow, that you want like we can't even have cap guns that don't have those stupid orange things on the front of them to show they're not gun. Like, be hard sell. Will not get into the
Mhm.
country.
A Mandalore the Great movie would be sick, better than Mando and Grogu. Yep, love everyone.
That'd be way
Yeah.
better than
Anything Legends would be great.
the
You're not
Mandalore
allowed to say
TV show.
legends.
Huh?
So you're not allowed to say legends.
Why?
It was a joke because we backlash about not saying E EU.
Legends in EU as
It's the same
understand that it's
thing.
the same.
It was a joke.
I've
We're
gotten
doing the
those
same
comments.
thing.
I've gotten those comments on my channel too, where it's like,
Yeah.
stop calling it Legends. It's the expanded universe, and it's like, okay.
It's not like we love Disney and it's a code word. Legends. We love that you got rid of it. Disney. It's not like we're doing
Yeah, thanks for getting rid of it, Disney. That's why we call it Legends, to respect your
Doing some
decision.
Illuminati can sign. No.
No, it's whatever comes to mind. Sometimes it rolls off the tongue to say Legends and extended universe, EU, whatever. It's the same
Legends
thing.
is
you know what it
easier.
means.
It's just easier to say. People know what it is too. It's
Yeah,
just
Star
like
Wars
the
Legends.
tiniest nitpick.
Well, whatever. I think the next saber I get will be the Katarn.
Nice.
It's a shiny one. Like this, if you'd want to watch the Rule of 3 live stream, a Mario Kart Grand Prix.
Who would you guys roll as?
Probably Yoshi.
Nice.
Yoshi or Bowser. Yeah. Do any of you guys remember that Become a Jedi competition where the winner gets their lightsaber movie shown in the Clone Wars? I won it, but had to drop out due to credit card problems.
What?
No,
Dude,
that seems like it would
sucks.
haunt you.
Why would they need
forever.
your credit card?
That sucks.
Yeah. They
I don't
tried to
remember this.
charge you for.
I don't remember this
doing the
competition
move?
at all.
Was it legit? Like clearly it had to be.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't if they wanted his credit card information.
Exactly.
You won. Now,
What's
to
that
confirm,
site
we
that
just
always
need your
tracks the-
social security number, your credit card.
Oh
Was
no!
the change
Yeah,
where they like buy tickets to get into shit?
No. don't do that. What are we feeling? What background are we feeling here?
I'll tell you
Mm,
when. Well, that's good. Luke shot.
Chorus can't.
Fucking George. Just trolling.
Chorus can't.
The Gungans.
Yeah,
That's dope.
probably the
I like
best
that
one.
one.
We're on the bridge.
Hell yeah! All right. Are you excited for Revenge of the Sith in theaters next month? Yes. I am, my apprentice.
Definitely.
All right. Well, that's the end of the soupies and probably end of the stream.
Yeah, you're gonna go film some stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess I'll film some stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for having a good time with us. Thanks for everyone who came up to Cleveland. That was a nice time, and excited to see you at the next one. Happy about me and Josh doing the show again. That's great. Thanks, Rossi. That's nice of you too. Maybe I'll do a stream later tonight on the gaming channel. Not sure yet if I'll have time, but I should tomorrow when I wake up, which will be good. But besides that, love you guys. We hope you had a great time with us. And we got one more super chat here. If you make the blasters in Florida or something, I think it should be okay.
Oh, I love you, HollowNet, man.
We'll see.
True Australian.
When's the next Saber sale? You guys killing me with those sales.
It's coming up on a year.
I didn't say that.
I
didn't announce that.
Just
I am
thinking.
Okay.
Just guessing.
All right, guys. We love you. We'll catch you later. And may the force be with you all.
Wait, I'm still live? You sons of bitches.